it's got quite a strange energy around this, because it feels very much like you've got this blank sheet, a blank page here that you're kind of being asked to, how can I put it, create your life from here on in, but it's like you don't know exactly what it is that you want to start with, because I feel that there is so much here that you would like to see changing, and you're ready for those changes, absolutely, but you're not quite sure which part of your life to kind of tackle first. I feel here also that see, I'm getting some sort of quite big change coming in within the next 4 weeks. There is a sense, there's two things that I feel are really strong here with you. Number one is almost like a complete change within the work area for yourself. And maybe even, you know, that I want to say like a change of career or starting a business or something like that, that I feel is really quite prominent here with you. There is a little bit of groundwork to be done here before you can step into that, but it's like the reason why you're feeling a little bit lost here is I feel like you're coming out of almost like a very big phase or cycle of what feels like very, very challenging situations and circumstances. And you're stepping into, this is all happening this year, and you're stepping into a brand new cycle and stage in your life. It's like you're going on to the next level of your life. But at the moment where you are presently, you're in between those stages, which is why you're feeling lost and stuck and frustrated here. But there is something coming in over the next 4 weeks that I feel is going to be giving you clarity here. Now, have you been thinking of moving home as well?
I am home. I've been thinking about moving away.
Yeah. Now, I want to say these thoughts, I feel like have been, you know, it's not overnight, you know, they've been on your mind for some time here, and you're kind of wondering whether, you know, I'm getting a big yes on literally moving away and starting all over again, getting a very, very big yes on it. And I feel that those thoughts are going to keep nagging at you until you take that plunge. And I feel at the moment you're kind of wondering, actually, you know, are you just running away? Is it just going to be the same old stuff, just in a different place? And the answer to that is no, it's not going to be like that. I feel here you're being shifted and you're being moved into a whole new way of life, and it does involve starting completely all over again with that clean, fresh page, which I mentioned right at the beginning of the reading. I'm going to put out a couple more cards for you because I feel like there's been a lot of mental stress, and I want to kind of clear the energy of that. So I feel like let's just have a look at the optimum time here for you as well. Okay, so I'm being given 3 months here with this. I'm very drawn towards autumn as well. You are being told here, even by these cards, that there is a sense of you being able to make things work. So I feel here, once you've made that decision, okay, because you're still working out whether you want to make that decision or not. Once you have made that decision, then I feel, and you start to put the wheels in motion as well, get a little bit of action behind it, I feel like things are going to start to slot into place here for you. But the dream, the idea, what you've been thinking about is exactly what you are supposed to be doing. Now, like I said, I want to have a quick look at the Akashic Crystal as well, because I feel like this is a very important step in your life, almost like a destined step. So I'm just going to grab hold of my crystal and tune into the energy of your Akashic record as well to see what I have for you. So I love the energy of what's coming in, because as I feel like I turn that page, you know, like I said, it's like you're in between stages here. When I turn that page, it's like beaming, it's bright, it's very, in terms of your personal power, in terms of the way in which you feel about yourself, the fact that at the moment you're feeling very disconnected, but you will be feeling very connected once you turn that page and once you start to move in those directions. I do feel that you will move away, and I do feel that you will start all over again. It's just about having the confidence and being brave enough to make that step, because it is a big step to make, you know, and it's not one that needs to be taken lightly. But I feel like because it's been pressing on your mind for such a long time, you know, I feel like it's not going to leave you until you make that step, put it that way. But the way in which the Akashic records are kind of depicting it is that this is very important, because it gives you the opportunity to have the life that you desire. Now, for whatever reason, I feel like it hasn't been possible for you to have the life that you desire and you deserve. I have to say the word deserve here, where you are at the moment. I feel like you've been hit by literally problem after problem after problem. Does that make sense, where you are?
Yes, very much.
Yeah. So it's not, like I said, this is not about running away. This is about taking that step on into your future, and I feel like it needs to be looked at in that kind of vein, in that way. I feel here there's still, so I'm being told here, there's something here that you still need to do or sort out, and this is about closing things off in terms of your life so far. Okay. So I don't know whether this is more on an energy level or whether this is something physically that you have to do. But I want to say, don't be surprised if there is an issue to do with your past, or someone to do with your past actually comes back in. Not necessarily that you need to relive anything. I feel like you've done that work. It's like, I want to say over the past 10, 15 years, a lot of the challenges that you were tasked with for this lifetime, you've completed. Okay, so you've kind of done it in it's almost like in record fashion. You've literally bombarded your way through all of these challenges in quite what feels like quite a small proportion of your life. And the reason why it's kind of being done like that is so you can clear your energy, you can clear your karma, because I feel like I've got issues relating to, and quite negative, hard issues relating to certain almost like soul connections previously. Okay, so I feel like this falls within, strong relationships here is what I'm getting. Okay, does that make sense to you?
Possibly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to take that out, I guess.
Yeah, well, like I said, I've got something from the past, or a situation from the past, and it may just purely be on an energetic level, just needing to be cleared until you can, and then you can make those steps forward. Okay, so you're going into this new phase, you're going into this new cycle without carrying the energy and the burden of those previous times. Does that make sense?
Yes, that
so
does.
You're going in, so you're going in clear. And I feel with you, I feel that you are a really, really intuitive person. And I feel that you are Also, even though you don't feel like it, you are very connected here with spirit. You're also very connected here with, you know, the ebbs and the flows of the universe. And it's like, I feel like I've got you being skyrocketed this year into the kind of life, and this impacts all areas of your life, not just one, which is why this feels so massive. You're being catapulted into that this year. Okay, I want to say here that even though this seems like a mammoth task, I feel like you are going to be guided through it as well. So piece by piece, things will start to fall together. It's just really at the moment for you, if you're looking at doing something right now, I feel, to be honest with you, what I'm being told here with this is you need to be investing your time, energy and emotions in you right now, okay? And whoever is there, whoever is meant to be part of your life will still be standing there waiting. At the moment, I feel the energy has to be with you. And I feel while you're in between stages as well, until you've actually made some of the big changes, it may very well be the case that it won't be possible for you to maintain these connections that you're asking about. But you won't know that until you've got further down the line. So it's like, don't make that decision right now. You don't need to make that decision right now. But I do feel like I've got new connections coming in for you. So I'm going to have to leave it there because that is the end of my show. So I'm going to thank you very much for coming through. Love and light to you. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful year ahead. Okay, right. So it is the end of my show. So if you want to get hold of me, easiest way is to visit my website, which is www.modern-mystic.co.uk. You can also find me on Facebook under Mystic Sarah or Modern Mystic, and you can get hold of me there. I'm available for Skype reading internationally, or if you're based in the UK, in the southeast, you can come and see me. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. Wish you a wonderful, wonderful week ahead, and I'll see you same time next week. Love and light. Goodbye for now.
Hi, I'm Ron, and thanks for watching Moonstruck. And now A1R on the air. Psychic Talk Radio on Moonstruck TV. Enlightening television.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
Hi everyone, and welcome to A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. My name is Josie Curcio and I'm going to be your host for today. I'm located in beautiful Sydney in Australia, and I'm so looking forward to this show because I would love to take this opportunity to dedicate it to you. I want to do free readings for the next 30 minutes. It's my way of saying thank you so much to everyone who's been supporting me so far. This is my 4th show. The interaction with you all has been amazing, and I just thought, why not just sort of do free readings and let's see how we go. So a couple of days ago I decided to put a little competition up on my Facebook page where I just wanted you guys to sort of share my last video, and you guys did. So I've got you, the ones who did, I've got you in this box. You're all in here, and I'm really looking forward to connect with you and do your little readings. So what I'm thinking to do is perhaps the first 20 minutes to dedicate it to that competition, and then the last 10 minutes perhaps to do one of you guys out there that has been viewing and that is obviously interested in connecting with me and do a little reading. So that's the idea of what I want to do today. Before I start, I know that I have a special client who's watching from New York at the moment. Her name is May. Oh, hi May. You're so gorgeous. Thank you so much for all your support. You know that I love you. I've known you for, I don't know, the last 5 years. Very proud of you for taking your gorgeous adventure from Australia to New York, and I hope you do enjoy this show. So let's start. Actually, maybe before I start, we should probably, or maybe I should talk a little bit about how I do my work. You know, for the new viewers out there that haven't connected with me before, you know, what do I do? How do I do it? What's expected for the next, you know, for the next half an hour? So I call myself an intuitive psychic, and that is because my gift hasn't been really passed on from generation to generation. Even though I know that my grandmother was obviously quite intuitive, I kind of never looked at myself as a psychic until I decided to change my career path, and I wanted to learn how to do massages. And that was when I realized I already knew that I had a strong intuition, like everybody does. We all have our intuition. Some of us stronger than others. And I was one of those that I kind of was aware that when I really connected to my gut, I kind of knew what was going on. And yeah, doing massages, I was lucky that my teacher was a Reiki master, and she was the one who kind of introduced me to a different way of looking at things. And I was curious. I wanted to know what it meant and what was in, you know, how can we sharpen up the intuition a little bit more. So it was 17 years ago, and I just worked at it. I did workshops, random things were coming up my way, because when we surrender to the universe really blesses us with so many wonderful things. So I did quite a bit in the last 17 years, and I started shaping it. I started getting to sort of know how I was working, and now I call myself an intuitive psychic because of that. And I can say that I am a clairvoyant, a clairsentience, and a clairaudience. And that fancy words, you know, some of you are probably going, what's that? What's a clair what? So all it means is clair is a French word for clear, And all it means is that I've got a clear vision. A clairvoyance means that I can actually see messages. I get visions, or I can see shadows, or I can see, perhaps if depending on the reading, I might actually see what the client has experienced, and I can clearly see it and share it with them. And that is part of confirmations as well as messages. Clairaudience means that I can hear messages, and in my case they come as kind of a thought. It's my own thought, but I have learned to distinguish it. And clairsentience was probably one of my strongest, where I already had those strong gut feelings. Clairsentience is about feelings, that gut strong feeling that we all have sometimes. I was able to actually develop a clair taste as well, which meant I could taste things, particularly when I was massaging a client who was feeling not well. I could actually taste toxicity, or I could smell, when an entity decides to appear, I can sort of smell tobacco, or I could smell lavender, or particularly smells that I could connect to someone that, a loved one who's obviously passed away. And so it's all based on feelings, the hearing, and the clairvoyancy for me. As well as all that, I have your last name right. So let's have a look. You have been quite a lovely supporter as well. You have interacted with me since I started these shows, and thank you so much for doing so. It's been a pleasure connecting with you, where you have shared the colours that you're connecting with as well. And I think you were talking about the sparkles that you also see on the side, and I was fascinated to hear that, I have seen the gold sparkles and the silver sparkles, but I've never seen different colours, and you apparently have. You've seen, I think you said, the blue sparkles and magenta. That was great. I was like, wow, look at that. And so I love sharing these kind of insights with one another. I think that's awesome. So good on you for your, for going into your path, and must be exciting for you to get there, which is awesome. So I'm going to do the colour therapy cards first, because that's where I feel drawn the most. So let's see what pops up for you at the moment. Let's see what you're going through. So I tend to look away from the screen when I actually concentrate, because I allow the vision to come through. And so if I get distracted by looking at another screen, I tend to not pay attention to the details. So if I do that throughout the next 30 minutes, it's only because I'm trying to focus on what they're showing me. Alright, so let me put these cards down, and I'm just going to grab, okay, as you know, I'm never alone, so I'm not making choices on my own here. I'm being directed and guided, and they're saying 2 cards for you. So let's grab these 2 cards. Wow, okay. This is interesting, because I think the last reading that I gave you was very similar. So I'm going to show you. The first card that popped up is this gorgeous little lilac, and which I think is what you got last time. I think you got mauve, and you got very, very similar kind of messages, which means your guides right now are really pushing you to really hear what you need to do. So having this second card, similar to the first one, that message is amplified right now for you. You really need to trust and feel what's going on. So this particular one, it's lilac, and it says strengthen your faith, which is very similar to the first one. So you obviously feeling a connection at the moment, and it's there. It's there. You can't ignore it. You can't even doubt that it's there, because you're feeling it. But what they're saying to you is, okay, you're feeling it, but what are you doing about it? What's the next step to do? So when they say strengthening it, find out more about how you can actually do work to connect. Sometimes we feel things, but then we get busy. We get busy and we get distracted, and, our everyday life is pretty crazy, and we get distracted, and the mind is saying to us, we need to finish that first. Like, I've got to cook, or I've got to pick up the kids, or I've got to, finish that work, or there's always something else. The mind is not used to you do this. It takes practice, which is what I had to do for the last 17 years. I had to commit to a new routine for me to be more spiritual. So this is where you're at. It takes practice. So you need to find what works for you. whether it's a little prayer in the morning, whether you got a deck of cards. That's how I did it. My first deck of cards, I actually grabbed a card every morning. That was my quick connection before I started learning other things. I'll grab a card and I'll ask, what's your message for me today? And that was my connection. So don't ignore them, because they obviously want you to blossom, is the word that I'm getting here. They want you to connect and learn more about it. So don't ignore it, and wear this color as much as you can, because it's a soft lilac. It's not a strong purple. Like all the purples or the shades of purples pretty much allow you to connect to a higher realm. But the soft ones, it means that you can do it gently. You don't have to bang, have it in your face. You know, the clairvoyancy might be smacking it in the face. This is a more gentle way, which I have a feeling you're more of a clairsentience, similar to me, whereas more gentle. Gut feelings, you know, instinct, intuition, dreams even, more gut feelings. So connect to that one as much as you can. And the second one I really, really love. It's this gorgeous chocolate color. It shows you that it's chocolate, and underneath it says to nourish your body and your soul. Because when you're trying to connect to your guides, the connection is at your strongest when you look after your body, or when you look after your emotions. They all work hand in hand. If we feel sick, too tired, or if we got bad habits where, for example, we could be binging. You know, when we binge, sometimes we feel a bit off and we're eating all the wrong food. Our digestion becomes so heavy that the brain and the mind goes, hang on a minute, I've got to slow down. And so your connection to them is interrupted and slow down as well. So they're trying to give you some messages, there's something that you need to know or you need to do, and we kind of interrupt it. You know, I've done it myself, of course. So this is the message that you're kind of getting. Look after your body, pay attention to your little bad habits that we all kind of have, and just stay a little bit more committed to this new path that they want you to go into it. And so even though the chocolate and the lilac, not many people probably like to wear it together, give it a go. It doesn't have to be like, you know, lilac top and brown pants if you don't want to. It can even be undergarments, or you can wear just a gem. With the chocolate, which is related to browns, you could have the tiger eye, for example, or the smoky quartz, you know, those beautiful crystals that you might connect to that have a tinge of browns. That would be awesome. And any amethyst colors as well, you know, with the crystals, fluorite. There's quite a few of them out there that you could connect to. So that is your gorgeous little reading, and I hope you enjoy that. And thank you so much for your support. Now let's grab another one. Let's see. I'm not going to look. I'm going to look away. Okay, put this box here. Let's see. Tinkerbell, you're the next one. Okay, I know you're also a follower of Psychic TV. Thank you so much for following me there too. Okay, Tinkerbell, so let's see what they want me to do. I have a feeling I need to do the color cards with you as well. So let's have a look. And I'm getting this sense that you have been busy, or you're keeping yourself really busy, and I don't know if you've been feeling a little bit sore on your more dominant side. You know, it could be a right side or a left side, but they making me feel that it's your dominant side. I actually have a feeling it's your right. And when they make me feel like that it's being tight, it sort of says to me, take care of it. Take care of your muscles, the joints, you know, if you need a massage, if you need to sort of exercise, do your stretches, you know, like really look after yourself, because you've obviously been overdoing it, or there's been repetitive movements to it. Or we could be sleeping the same way. You know, there could be things going on here that we sort of need to look at. So make sure you do that, and let me grab some cards for you. I'm just going to I'm going to do two with you as well. Oh wow, they're gorgeous. Okay, so they're saying to me, so the first one is this gorgeous, it's like it's a brown, but it has a little bit of burgundy through it, just a touch of red through it. And it says awaken your passion, which means that right now you really need to do things that make you spark. Don't do it because it brings in money, or because it makes somebody else happy, or it's the right thing to do. We need to do something that makes us happy from the inside. So find what your passion is and get really into it, and don't justify yourself to anybody if you're getting judged. Don't worry about it, because that's what it says. And you know, the brown colors are quite solid colors in general. They represent the trees, the trunks, the roots, you know, where you sort of put your plant, your ideas, and you can't be shaken off or moved away from. Like, you're going to stay really cemented with it. So that's the element that you need to stick with. So wear as many browns as you can. And again, if you don't like brown in general, you can wear them as undergarments or crystals. Or if you saw my second shows, I was actually talking about you know, how you can use colours in different ways. So I highly recommend you to watch it. And let's see what else they want you to... Okay, they want me to go into the next card. So the next card is this one. It's this gorgeous, it's a purple. See how it's got that little tunnel on the inside and it looks kind of brighter? So that tells me that you're adventuring into something, or they want you to adventure into something. So you're already getting a gut feeling about doing something, and they want you to trust, to take a leap of faith and just really dive into it. This kind of purple always says, we're here for you, and it's time for you to step up the ladder. No longer looking backwards, but we need to move forward and take that leap of faith. We are here with you. You're not alone. So you need to jump into it. And they're also talking about your vision, which means for you to dive into it, have a clear vision of why you're going there, and then trust the process. You don't have to know step by step. You just need to know that you're going in there, and that whatever happens, you'll be supported. You know, they're going to bring the right people at the right time. As long as you vibrate at that higher passion level, this is why people, when they do something that they really love, particularly with work, they end up being quite successful, because the joy that comes from it gets captivating, you know, becomes almost infectious. Other people sort of go, oh wow, look how excited she is. They kind of want that, they want a piece of that. So that's where they want you to sort of dive right into it, which is exciting. So those two colours, you can wear them together or separate, it's up to you. And thank you so much again for your support, and I hope you enjoyed that little reading. Let's grab one last one. I'm going to look away. Susie Ryder. Okay, Susie, you gorgeous girl. I've known you for God knows how long. I don't know, 10 years possibly. You're a beautiful girl. Again, thank you so much for your support. I'm so excited that I got your name. Okay, let's shuffle the cards. I might do this too. Let's have a look. Okay, cool. Interesting. So let me tap into your energy and let's see what's going on. I don't know if you've been getting some sensitivity around the tummy and making me feel your tummy is quite sensitive, and there might be inflammation that you could be dealing with at the moment. They're making me feel that as well, and that we need to chill. Sort of saying, you know, take a nice deep breath in, hun, chill. Cool and chill. Okay, two colours for you as well. Love, 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 love these colours for you. Have a look. We've got, okay, the pink and the green. For those of you out there that have done spiritual work and knows about the colours and chakras, you will know that these two colours, both of them represent your heart, your compassion, your love for life, for your journey. You know, like, it brings that beautiful heart level at such a gorgeous balanced way. As you can see, they're both different, yet when you put them together, and the softness of each other as well, this beautiful vibrant pink and this beautiful vibrant crispy clear green, they're just yummy together. Like, they're so gorgeous together. And I'm getting excited because I know what they mean. They mean that you're definitely working on balancing your emotions at the moment, and the anger part of what makes you irritated or frustrated, you're working on that and trying to cool it down. That's where the green comes in. And then the part of you that was probably cold at one stage, the numbness that you probably had to feel at some stage to protect yourself, that needs to be softened up, and that's where the pink comes in to warm it back up. So you're definitely going through a bit of a challenge, and you're working through some stuff, but at the end of the day, what I love about your reading is that it's saying to me, you want to be a better person. So you're making it about you, and then your decision will definitely inflict that beautiful heart that you have on everybody else as well. So don't shy away. Trust what you're feeling and believe in what you're doing, because at the end it will work out for the best. So thank you so much again for your support. Love you, and I'm sure I'll hear back from you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. And a big kiss to you as well. Okay guys, let's move on. Can you believe it? The time is flying, and I just love doing readings, as you can see. So I think I'm getting ready to do the next viewer. So I'm going to put this aside. Thank you so much for connecting to my competition on Facebook. If any of you want to reach out to me, my Facebook page is Josie Curcio Inner Light Therapies, and my website is www.innerlighttherapist.com.au. Feel free to connect with me. I love your interaction, and I'm ready for the viewer. So let's have a look here who we got. We've got Veronica in North Dakota, USA. Hi, Veronica. Are you there?
Hi.
Oh, hi, gorgeous girl. You've got a beautiful voice. How are you?
I'm doing okay.
Okay. How can I help you?
I'm going through a really hard 8 months. My husband told me he wanted to leave me. Now I found out he cheated on me. There's a no contact order through the military because I turned them in with his commander because he cheated on me, and I don't know what the outcome's going to be with that, and I don't know what's going to happen because I'm trying to go back to California with our 3 kids for custody. He has orders to go to Colorado Springs, and I'm a little worried about what's going to happen when he comes back next week. Am I going to be able to leave to California? Is he going to go to Colorado, or are we going to continue to fight for this divorce?
Oh, wow, you're going through so much. Okay, Veronica, I'm going to try to dissect everything you said. As you've probably seen in the show, I do use color therapy. The first card that I've just connected with you is the color red. Wear as much red as you can. I don't know how you feel about the red. You don't have to wear it as a top if you're not comfortable. But what the red does in situations like this, it gives you strength. It allows you to stand in your power and allows you to say no when you mean it and yes when you have to. So that's a perfect color for you to really stand your ground. It commands respect in that sense. So wear as much as you can while you're going through all these things. And of course we know that red is also the color of passion. Like we want to feel loved. We want to give love and we want that exchange love back. What I'll do for you as well is I'm going to double check with these cards. These oracle cards are great. But I won't concentrate too much on the other party for now. I want to concentrate on you because we only have a few minutes left. So Veronica, let's have a look. And let's see. Okay, I can see you've lost sleep. You know, like you're losing obviously a lot of time in trying to work out what you want to do. What I like from these cards as well is that I'm seeing that you're trying to balance everything and you're trying to be very wise because you've got responsibilities, not just for yourself. You mentioned kids. So I can see that, you know, that this card is sort of saying, oh my God, you know, like how long more can I actually do this for? Okay, let me see what else they want you to know. Can you not blame yourself? I don't know where you're at with your frustration, but that your guys are going, this is not your fault. I don't know what is being said to you from the other parties, but this is certainly not your fault. And now you can stand your ground. So I'm seeing you've got this High Priestess card. See this lady standing really, really strong. The High Priestess demands for you to take the courage to do what's right for you. Similar with the color red that I sort of picked up as well. Okay. Oh, interesting, because I also feel that you kind of feel overwhelmed. Everything is happening really quickly. There's this fast pace that the cards are making you feel like and I'm also picking up that you're not trusting your own choices, and you need to trust your choices. Whatever it is that feels right for you, we've got to bring it back to you, not to the other party. It's what is right for you. Relationship, of course, the relationship obviously has been damaged. I can see that, and you're trying to sort of work out what needs to be done next. I'm trying to see if they want you to move or not, but the cards are not. Oh, you are. Yes. Okay. The moving, I feel that you are moving away from all this, but not right away. I feel that you need to stay put and really put your thoughts together, collect a network that can support you and help you with it. Communication is very, very clear. I do feel that you have the support that you need. Let me look at him really quickly. He's in a different place. I feel that he's certainly in a different place from where you're at. He wants to do his own things. That's the energy that I'm collecting from him. And you need to do the same. You can't make it about the partner. You've got to make it about you. Does that make sense for you so far, Veronica?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want me, we just got literally a few more minutes. Do you want me to look at anything else really quickly?
The only thing I would like you to see is if, I don't know if you can see when my divorce will be final.
It might not show up only because being an intuitive psychic, I'm not a fortune teller, I do go as far as a year. So let me pull these cards out again and let me see if they show me. You're certainly moving away. I am definite. I see that there is a divorce, certainly moving away from this relationship. That's showing me that you have to fight for it. So obviously he's got a different opinion and you have to stick to yours. So I'm seeing you do, oh, by the way, your kids absolutely adore you. You've got them under your wings. So you are going to look after them. They're definitely coming there. Ooh, let me see. I feel that it's going to be happening at the end of the year and definitely next year, and you're going to go and do it as fast as possible. There is arguments coming from the other party, but you're definitely going to do what needs to be done. You know, Veronica, it's hard. It's really hard, and I feel you, but you can do this. You have to do this. He's not on the same wave as you are. So he's made his choice and you have to do what's right for you. And after it's over, I actually see wonderful things for you, darling. Unfortunately, I have to wrap it up. Veronica, thank you so much for connecting with me. A big hug to you, and feel free to reconnect whenever you are able.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome, darling. Mwah. Okay, everyone, it was a pleasure. Thank you for allowing me to dedicate this time to you, and thank you for your interaction back. And I'm looking forward to do it again next week and see you all then. Big hug to everyone. Bye.
Drop that baby.
Na 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 na, I love you so. I love you, I love you. La 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 la, la 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 la, la la.
We're here.
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
It's Indigo Grace with my Heart and Soul Guidance show for you today. Psychic readings, free to you. So dial up and see if you can get in. I'm thrilled to be here to see you. I just love doing these shows. It's fantastic. It gives me such a buzz. I love channeling spirit through my body, the creative energy, life force energy. I always feel a big pickup after I've had this. Big pickup in my energy levels, that is, if you know what I mean. I've got my pussycat, one of my pussycats walking around me, so you never know, she might visit and walk across the table in front of me. I've got 2 dogs, 2 cats, 2 kids. It's a full house here, but I love it. It's awesome. So, how are you guys? How have you been with your life? Do you need some heart and soul guidance? What I can do for you is tune into what it is that you've come in for in this lifetime at a soul level and find out why the heck all of this stuff is happening to you. Why are these patterns in your life? Why is this stuff impacting your world? And I can also help you clear it. We are all here to learn lessons at a soul level, and our lives just play that out. It's really that simple. It's all about energy and clearing that energy, learning the lessons that we're here to learn, overcoming them, receiving the beautiful gifts from them. It's incredible how something so awful that can happen to us can be such a beautiful gift on the other side. So then what will we do with that once we know about it? Well, then we go in and we do an energy healing. And that is exactly what I do. So for all of you that feel like you know what's going on, you see your patterns, or you don't even know and you don't even know your patterns, you can book in with me to find it out and to clear it. We do it online, or if you're in Perth, Western Australia, hi everybody who's local, you're welcome to come and see me in person. Just go onto my website, indigo-grace.com.au, and send me a message. It's that easy. All right, we've got Valerie in Stafford in Virginia in the US of A. Hi, Valerie.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm really well.
Hi.
That came through really loud. I jumped.
I'm sorry.
So tell me.
They said speak
That's
loud.
quite okay. It's better to be able to hear you than not. So tell me, what are you here for or ringing for today?
I thought about it, and I just want to grow. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I want to make sure I'm going in the right direction and I'm growing. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing to get where I need to go.
Okay, fantastic. That is awesome. Personal growth in this lifetime is what it's all about. So when you say you want to grow, where do you feel you're at right now in your world? Are you feeling disappointed, dissatisfied? Are you feeling actually happy, but there's something more? Tell me what it is.
I was smooth sailing in my growth, and we had a barn fire, and it killed like almost 80 animals, and it kind of set me back. But I'm getting over it, and I'm getting over it. But I would say before then that I was smooth sailing and probably right where I need to be. But I've kind of had a little doubt, a little bit of guilt, and I think that may have I don't know, stalled me, if that's a word to use.
Which word did you use? Sorry.
Stalled.
It may have.
Kind of stale. Kind of. Well, it's getting better. It's getting better daily.
Did you say that it might have thrown you?
Well, that could have been stalled, like I'm stagnant.
Yes. I can feel that, and of course hear that in your voice, but I can feel the energy now. And you mentioned guilt, and it's a very heavy feeling for you. Okay, I think it's incredible the way Spirit works. Just yesterday, I was talking to my dear, dear friend about a fire that occurred on her property. And I felt into the energy of that fire, which was a new thing for me to do regarding it being a lesson. And so now I know that even the fire itself had a lesson for her, and it went all the way back into things that had happened to her in her life, this lifetime. So I'm going to tune into this fire with the animals and how this has affected, or what its intention was. I know that can sound a bit out there, but Spirit really moves in the most unexplainable ways sometimes. Unexplainable? All right, so what's coming through first of all is a very strong energy of caring. Your ability to care for particularly animals and In fact, it feels as though you choose to care for animals over choosing to care for people. So do you prefer to be around animals than people?
Yeah, certain people, yeah. Yes, definitely.
Okay, definitely. It feels as though this being with animals is, it feels a lot more comfortable. You feel a bit safer energetically within yourself. So that leads to the understanding that you haven't had a lot of safety around humans growing up, most likely, and into your adult life. Would that be right?
Yes, fairly accurate.
Very accurate, okay. So I want to just get for you the message of the fire. Okay. It's a big one. So the message from Spirit that acted through fire was that we can care and love things and people and living beings. However, we are not ultimately responsible for their outcome. While we can have an effect on their lives and their experience in this lifetime, and certainly make it more pleasant and feel a feeling of safety and security, just like you've experienced for yourself, ultimately we are not responsible for their outcome in this life. Now, I know animals are helpless in some ways. They don't have as many choices as we do as human beings, and they are dependent very, very often, and particularly when they're domestic or in captivity. Right, so this is a hard message for you to help you understand that, as I said, we are not responsible. You are not responsible. You are not responsible for the fire and for the animals losing their lives, just as you are not responsible for what has occurred in your lifetime from others. You're not responsible for how others have perceived you. And now this goes to you are enough. And so while, as each of us are, you are wounded at a soul level, and that's why you're here to learn and overcome that wounding and to learn the lesson. You are enough. Is that resonating in you on some level?
Yeah.
What do you feel when you hear that information?
Well, I do feel better, but we've lost a lot of animals, and I know it's not my fault, and it's just the hurt was. I mean, it's hard.
Very. The reason it's hard for you right now is because the lesson, apart from it being an awful experience and losing animals that you love and care about, apart from that, there's another level of difficulty in this, because at the moment you haven't come to integrate this knowing that the result or outcomes of things out of your control are not your fault. And although we can know this in our mind, we can know it intellectually, energetically, and again, I've now got chills coming up my legs as I speak about this, which is a good sign. Energetically, when we really come to know it on the heart level and at the soul level, that is where the freedom comes from. We return ourselves to a place of innocence rather than guilt. And that's where you need to get to in order to move forward and grow. Because that integration will change the way you be in this world. It'll change the way you perceive the world and who you can be. Would you like me to do a little
I like that.
quick break? You do? You like that? Great.
I do. I like that.
Can you feel this in your belly? Sorry, we've got a delay. Can you feel this in your belly, the knowing that, so what I've just told you, do you have like the, yes, I understand this in my belly, get it?
I do.
Great.
Yes, I do.
So that means we're on the mark, we've got it. So would you like me to take you through a very brief process to help you on the way with that healing?
Yeah.
Okay. So I would like you to just close your eyes. And I'm being guided to take you into your heart space, but to also be aware of the belly, the energy within your heart and within your belly, and it's around the navel chakra. I don't want to take you too deep in this time slot, but I just want you to become aware of the sadness that's sitting there. And I'd like you to see yourself in your mind's eye as the child that felt this same sadness. Can you see her or feel her or sense her?
Yes, I can.
The child in you, yeah? And I now want you to, in addition to her, see yourself as the adult self, like a parent, going to her and putting your arms around her and letting her know it's not her fault. Hug her, hold her, kiss her, whatever it is she needs from you in order to feel safe and innocent. How does that feel?
Much better.
Are you still... Sorry, what was that?
Much better.
Much better. So this is something that you can do for yourself when that guilt pops up and you're feeling sad. And it can just help shift that. So I'm going to leave that with you now. But I want you to bring your little girl, your inner child with you back up into your heart now and just holding her like you would a child or a baby, whatever age she's presented to you at. And come back into being the adult woman with the wisdom that you know intellectually and starting now to integrate it into your heart and soul, that these outcomes are not my fault. Okay?
Okay.
So this is a starting point for you to grow personally. And if you feel to, I would love to work with you further. So please feel free to contact me through my website, indigo-grace.com.au. All right?
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. I really hope that has helped you.
Yes, thank you so much.
You're welcome. I look forward to hearing from you. Take care and blessings. Thank you for calling. So I'm going to move on now to Lynn in Trenton in New Jersey. Hi, Lynn.
Hello, how are you?
I'm very well. And yourself?
I am doing great, thank you.
Wonderful. So we've got a little bit of time left, so what would you like to know?
Okay, I just want to know, when am I going to find a new job that is fulfilling?
A new job that's fulfilling, right. Well, yeah. The great news about this is that this is actually all in your hands, as it is for each of us. So it's about connecting with your passion, which leads you to know your purpose, and connecting to the energy of creation, so God, universe, whatever you choose to call it, and clearing the channels so that we are in the flow of abundance of all things, of all great things. So are you aware of your passion in this lifetime? It could be anything. Yes. What is that?
I am a developer, a leader of people. I'm a groomer, a coacher, a teacher, all of those things wrapped in one.
Okay. Which of those actions, I suppose, do you really feel fantastic about when you're doing them the most?
When I'm coaching.
Coaching. Yeah, I can feel that. So this is what you're passionate about. I'm just going to quickly tune in to see what your purpose is. But first of all, do you have a sense of what it is? Why are you here?
Why am I here? I'm here because I'm a teacher.
You're here because you're a teacher. Okay. Okay. Today, there's a word for you called humility. And this is not to say that you don't have humility, but it is something that is suggested that you bring more and more and more into your life. And the way that we do that is through gratitude. So you know your passion, you know your purpose, you'll get up and go, you want to make it happen. There's just a little piece of the puzzle that's missing. And it's just about taking the moment, remembering to take the moment to show gratitude for all of life's gifts, including the blue sky and the green leaves and the beautiful flowers. It feels to me as though you're probably quite a get up and go kind of woman. Would that be right?
Sometimes.
So being able to connect more into that peace within you and reflect back on what's around you, what's serving you, is going to help. The other thing that's in the way is fear, and it's about self-doubt. Are you aware of that for yourself?
No. Mm-mm. No,
yeah, that's a big
that.
Yes, is it?
Okay, yeah, I had no idea. Okay.
Can you feel it?
No, not really, because I'm a risk taker.
You're a risk taker. Okay. So sometimes what happens is we are more one way in order to compensate for perhaps being something else. And it can be like a coping mechanism. Sometimes people will take absurd risks because they're so running in so far the other direction to avoid feeling what they feel on the other end. Okay. So the message that's coming through is that there is actually some underlying self-doubt there that needs to be addressed. And so what happens is that the flow of energy through us, it gets these like hurdles, like little roadblocks. And it's energy, and it comes in the form of beliefs and experiences. And this is something that's formed for you. And it's just creating a bit of a hurdle for you. I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me, sorry about that.
Oh,
And often a sneeze is about clearing blockages. So it'll be interesting to see if that changes for you, because when I'm feeling the energy, I can actually clear it. So I may have just cleared some for you.
Okay, good.
Right.
Thank you.
Right. You're welcome. So just to finish off on this, to wrap it up nicely with a big pink bow, today's a pink day, you would benefit enormously from having some exploration into the self-doubt and where that comes from, okay? It feels to me as though it is from childhood. And were you a dancer? Did you do dancing classes?
No, no.
What sort of activities did you do as a child?
As a child, what was I? I was in the bedroom playing school. I was that person. I was the teacher.
The what at school?
I was the teacher in my bedroom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it feels as though there needs to be some work done at that level around the self-doubt, and then your channel to your purpose will clear. So again, if you need some help with that, get in contact with me. I hope that's been helpful for you. Thanks so much for calling in, Lynn.
Thank you.
My pleasure, my pleasure. Thank you everyone for listening. That's the end of the show. It's gone so quickly once again. Look forward to seeing you next time. Please have a look at my website, indigo-grace.com.au. Get in contact with me. I'd love to hear from you. I'll respond to all your messages. And let's have a booking and connect. That would be fantastic. There's so much that we can do. Spirit is amazing in providing. So love and blessings to everybody. Have a wonderful week. Bye for now.
Tell him that I've begun to dream of things to come, and tell the trees not to look for me. I'm going to find some peace of mind. Wake the sun. Wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun.
Taking care of a family member can lead to plenty of questions. Fortunately, there's a place to get the answers, for them and for you. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
Hi, I'm Faye, and thanks for watching Moonstruck. And now, back to A1R on the air, Psychic Talk Radio, now on Moonstruck TV, enlightening television.
What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday night to those in San Diego, in the USA, in this area, and happy Friday to those others of you around the world. It's been a magnificent week. It's been a huge week of growth, change, shift. The energy available right now is that of, I don't want to put up with one more thing in my life. I want to shift this energy now. I want to change these experiences. For those of you who are tuning in for the first time, my name is Amanda Marie. I'm a master channeler, Reiki master, healer, sage. I do all different things, anything spiritually based. I'm very connected to. I love doing readings for people, channeling, helping to awaken your soul's essence, helping define your divine purpose, helping to answer questions in your life. So I am available on here to you. You can email me at amanda@angel444energy.com and amanda@angel444energy.com, and my website is angel444energy.com. So tonight we're going to talk about these energies that are currently with us. I'm going to bring through and channel a master. I'm going to take a call or two. Very excited about what's going to be happening. The energies available right now are palpable. People feel like they are no longer going to put up with current situations in their life, whether it be relationships, stuff with their career, their bosses, stuff even going on in their own home. People are done. And it's this energy, it's this push, it's this frequency of energy that's available right now that it's really allowing people to see their situations from a new and different perspective. This is all about awakening people. This is all about opening the heart and recognizing that you're no longer going to put up with stuff that you've put up with historically in your life. That is the kind of energy that it's available right now. Some of it can be anger, some of it can be frustration. Allow that energy to push you. And what I want to tell you tonight, what I want to talk to you about tonight is, although that energy can help drive you forward, it supports change. It is so important that you then shift into a frequency of love around the situation. You then shift into a higher frequency of compassion around the situation. It's okay to have feelings of anger, frustration, or, anxiety around things that are going on that you're done with in your life. That's okay. That's all right. It is extremely important before you react to that situation or respond that you shift that energy, that you shift that vibration. There is nothing more important than that you shift that energy upward. Because if you stay in that same vibration of anger towards a situation you no longer resonate with, then that's what you're going to see. That's what's going to come back at you. It's going to be like a battle or war type situation. So recognize that it's all about shifting the energy from a state of, I really want to change, to unconditional love and acceptance. Unconditional love and awareness of what it is in your highest and best interest. By shifting into that space of unconditional love regarding a situation, a person, a relationship, a boss, whatever it is, a coworker, By shifting into that space of higher consciousness, which is that of compassion, love, understanding, just even that willingness to surrender, you will raise the frequency of the person you're dealing with. You will raise the vibrational frequency of what is currently going on in your life, that situation. It's so important that you use your heart to allow the energy to resonate in higher frequency. I'm talking about this tonight because the energy that's available right now for the planetary shifts going on and changes and the new moon in Cancer and all this shifting going on for us in the universe, we are no longer wanting to tolerate the status quo. So many people are no longer wanting to tolerate what's currently going on in different aspects. So with that push and energy to shift and change, the energy that's available to you now, it's also important to raise it a level, to respond differently to the situation, to bring love, to bring compassion, so that whomever you're dealing with in the situation will also raise their frequency, will also shift how you respond to however they're going to react. It's that vibrational frequency of love that allows for the opening of the heart. We all want love and connection. We all want to feel that love for ourselves and from other people. Some of you may be looking for romance. Some of you may be searching for new careers that are more meaningful, that really are soul calling. Some of you just want to shift in your life into more love and compassion and peace. This is all available to you through working on clearing out all the things that no longer serve you. The energy that is available right now to all of us here on Earth is that helps push you in that direction you want to go. That helps give you the bravery to talk to that person that you have a crush on. Gives you the bravery to say no more to whatever situation's going on. Gives you the bravery to shift into eating healthier habits, ridding of old habits that no longer serve you. It's time, people. It's time to step in and awaken. It's time to recognize that there's so much more out there for you than just the everyday going to and from work or whatever your current situation is. The energy, the love, the vibrational frequency of the planet connects. There's so much more available to you out there than what may even be currently going on. I want you to all know that I was not too long ago in that kind of situation where the feeling was I'm doing the same thing day in and day out, same thing day in and day out. And I just want to, what is it I'm missing in my life? What do I need more of in my life that'll help shift my energy? And it was through introspection. It was through recognizing what triggers me in my life, what no longer serves me, that I began to make changes one by one. It is one step at a time. And I tell you, the angels and masters and ascended masters and loved ones that have passed are all here to support you on your journey. If you have a curiosity about spirituality and awakening, begin to read books about how you can start self-healing, how you can start changing aspects of your life outside of you by changing and shifting what's inside of you. This is the time to do it. And I tell you today, the energy that I'm feeling is that of Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael wants to come through and do a clearing for all of us now. So I'm going to bring him through. I want everyone to take a deep breath in. Exhale. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. When you exhale, I want you to exhale everything out of the body. Exhale all the energy out of the body. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Release everything in this moment that's no longer serving you through the breath. Relax your entire body through the breath. You can do this at any given moment. I'm going to bring Archangel Michael through. Yes, this is Archangel Michael, and I'm coming through to clear the energy in your space now, to clear the energy in, on, and around you now. This is about a time of awakening. This is about the cleansing of your energy field to allow your heart to open, and to open your soul's essence to so much more that is available to you now here in this energy. I want you to feel the white light coming down in through your head, the light filling your entire head, shoulders, arms, coming out your hands, filling your heart chakra, filling your chest, the light coming down through your mid-body, filling your mid-body, your upper legs, knees, lower legs, feet, all going all the way down to the core of Mother Earth. We're now connecting you to the core of Mother Earth. I want you to feel the light vibrate through your entire body now, awakening all the cells in your body now. Really feel that light illuminate and vibrating through your entire body now. Feel the chakras cleansing and clearing, beginning with the root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus, heart chakra, throat chakra, third eye, breaking up through the crown chakra. The light's now coming up, out through the crown chakra. Light coming throughout all aspects of the body as your body raises its vibrational frequency through this cleansing and clearing of your energy field, through the cleansing and clearing of your mental, emotional, and physical body, through the cleansing and clearing of your etheric body, allowing all this energy to raise, allowing the energy to clear and cleanse, inviting all your energy back that you have been away, inviting all the energy back now into your body, into your cells, into your bones, filling your energy tanks full, filling your entire energy tanks all the way filled to the rim and overflowing, filled to the rim and overflowing, filled to the rim and overflowing. Allow this energy to continue to circulate through your body as you're raising the vibrational frequency within your body. Feel the energy in your body and your cells resonate in a higher state of being now. Allow that energy now to resonate in a higher state of being. Feel that awakening and resonance now. As the cells vibrate at a much higher level, feel your hands maybe tingling, your feet maybe tingling a bit, your head. This is a clear of energy now. I now cut any cords that no longer serve you to people, places, things, situations. Cutting the cords, dissolving these cords. I want you to see as I take my mighty sword and I cut the cords from head to toe, coming from all different chakras of the body, cutting the cords. I want you to see and feel them dissolve back into the body. See and feel them dissolve back in the body. See and feel them dissolve back in the body as we set you back into a state of centered being, state of centered consciousness. Now take another deep breath in. Push it all out. Allow this energy to now drop in. Resonate. Relax your state of being. Allow this energy and vibration to now calm your state of being. You are that of unconditional love. You are that of the highest light. And I come to you in love and peace now. I am that of Archangel Michael. Thank you. I am definitely in a much calmer state of being at this point. Feels absolutely magnificent. And I hope all of you out there were able to experience at least some of the magnificence and magical energy of that
powerful energy of that is Archangel Michael. I see that I have a lovely caller on the line. So excited. Let's see what the masters have to say. We're going to connect with the Ascended Masters. For Melissa from Abilene, Texas, USA. Hi, Melissa. How are you?
I'm well. And yourself?
I'm wonderful. I feel magnificent. Archangel Michael just came through and did a clearing, so it was really quite lovely. What might the masters and angels do for you this evening, Melissa?
Would you please just give me a general reading? What type of energy do you feel coming off of me? And I'm also curious about building muscle and getting healthier and getting more fit and lean.
So at this time, the energy coming off of you, it's like a violet purple. You are a healer and an empath. So everything involving you getting healthier, everything involving you exercising and doing those things is about not taking on other people's energy. Okay, so I know that you are the type of being with this kind of purplish, pinkish, violet energy coming off of you now. You are a being. You're an empath. You're here to help and support others. And so others probably come to you a lot and talk to you about their issues, or they want your help and support. It's almost like a mothering energy. And with that, you may take on their energy. Am I correct?
Sometimes, if I'm not careful, yes.
Okay, so the most important thing for you to do, number one, is to keep yourself in what I call the safety bubble of light. So when you're dealing with others, when you're experiencing, talking to others or being in energy, even out in public, because you tend to feel a lot of what other people are feeling when you're out and about. You could be feeling happy, and then all of a sudden, you're like, why am I feeling frustrated, or why am I feeling upset? And it could be because you connected with someone else's energy. So it's important to keep yourself in this bubble of light or frequency of energy that is more like a safety bubble of light. You can see yourself in this white bubble of light. And if anyone's energies are in your presence, it's like their energies bouncing off your bubble of light. Because what happens is when you take on other people's energy, then it can put you in a space of, it's almost like you're tired, or you could be more overwhelmed and not exercise, or you're just like, you know what, I just don't want to go out today. It's that kind of feeling. And it's almost like that heaviness that you might feel. So in terms of exercise and toning your body and getting healthier, it's about focusing on your spiritual wellness and care. I'm hearing that it's really important that you start doing clearing of your energy in the morning when you wake up, energetically. So what that means is you can even listen to like a 10-minute guided meditation on YouTube that's for clearing and grounding your energy. Drinking lots of fluids, having that clearing of all your cells when you first wake up in the morning, and then intend that you're going to have a healthy day with exercise, with toning the body, and with really focusing on self-care. So it's extremely important that you carve out that time daily for self-care. You have the ability, your body absolutely has the ability through self-healing, through doing this work, to get yourself into really great shape. So it takes multiple things. It takes the clearing and grounding of energy in the morning, which means you're waking up in the morning. You can even turn on YouTube and watch, type in clearing and grounding meditation. Watch that for, it could just even be 5 minutes. That can clear any energy from during the night, during your sleep that you may have attracted through traveling in your sleep, drinking lots of fluid. So that's where it starts. Then it's carving out time during the day for that exercise, because your body and your cells are waiting. They know, your body knows that you're in that space. It's like you're in this space of readiness. It's like this vibration that you're feeling of okay, I've got to get moving. I've got to get, my body toned and ready and just feeling better overall. So it's a matter of incorporating the whole body aspect. It's eating healthy, spiritually keeping your energy clear. When you go out in public or work with others, around others, it's seeing yourself in the safety bubble of light so that you're not being, so that other people's energy aren't glomming on. I also see your guides with you. You have a male and female angelic guides that are beings, and they are here with you to help guide you in your steps daily. So you can call on them and ask them questions. Let me see if I can get names. Okay, so above the left shoulder here, really beautiful. Above the left shoulder here is Allison. She's very beautiful, angelic energy, light energy. You can call on her and ask questions of what you're supposed to do during that day to help you in your flow of the day. And this over here is Elijah, the angel Elijah. So these two beings of light can support you daily in terms of getting healthy and toning up. You are a beautiful empathic being. So if you are in resonance also with helping and working with others to help them awaken and bring love to their lives, this is also really, really in resonance with you.
What is the best way to communicate with my angels? How do I connect to is it audio? I mean, I'm trying to figure out through meditation. After I quiet my mind, I want to communicate better with them, but I currently don't feel like I'm able to hear.
So it begins with the feeling. So in that meditation, it begins with the feeling and knowing that they're present. It's a different vibrational frequency. In fact, again, on YouTube, they have...
I've heard of it. I know what it is. I don't practice it. The only thing right now I do is a journal and a book of gratitude. So I do feel very comfortable putting pen to paper.
Perfect. So essentially, what you are to do regarding listening and connecting into your angels is you first learn the resonance of their vibration in the body. Then you can start asking questions. And also, when you ask a question, have a pen and paper ready. Have a pen and paper ready in that meditative state. And begin writing. Just listen and begin writing. It's like releasing that block to allow it to begin to flow. Like, I intend to allow the flow of my angel's energy to come through my pen. It's setting the intention that you're going to allow the flow of their energy to come through your writing. So with that practice, it will become clearer and clearer and clearer. As a channel, I know because I went through these steps to get to where I am now. And it is most powerful in that way. I'm down to just maybe a minute left, 60 seconds. Is there any last things you want to say?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. And I know we're short on time, but I've been setting goals and meeting them. I have a big goal I set for 90 days. What do you feel concerning my big goal?
Any goals you're setting, it's about setting it through intention of the heart. So it's setting the intention with these goals. It's sitting and visualizing what you want to bring to you now. That is the most important thing in meditation, is to feel the vibrational frequency of the goal you're connecting to. If it's bringing love into your life, if it's having a career that you want, that's what it is. I must go now, Miss Melissa. Thank you. I am Amanda Marie, Master Channeler. You can connect with me at www.angel444energy.com. That's www.angel444energy.com, and have a brilliant evening, everyone. So much love to you. Thank you again for my Mexican show. I'll be back next Thursday night, 8:30 p.m. Pacific, 11:30 p.m. Eastern. You all take care. Much love.
Calls me googly eyes.
You know you're beautiful, right? You know that?
Even you are beautiful. I got bullied for wearing glasses. Share if you're against bullying.
We put it out there, just took off. 3 million people have shared this post. Don't let bullies get you down. I stand with you. Our whole family's wearing glasses. I wear glasses and I'm proud.
I even have the army on my team.
All the kind comments brought my child joy. I don't feel thank you is enough.
Hey, did you know 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Let's go to the shelterpetproject.org and meet if you are in a shelter near you. Harlow, oh, she's one great listener and loves to hear all your stories. My kind of cat. Cerulo is a sweet, goofy boy who's eager to please. Sounds just like another dog I know. So go to the shelterpetproject.org, search your local shelters and rescues, and go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Dia Guivacorda, it's Misha Amy Angels, August Puerta. Hi friends, my name is Amy Angels and welcome to the show. And as we say here in China, where I'm based this week, is Ni Hao. Hi everyone. I'm so excited that I'm actually here in China this week. Lots of energy is shifting and moving. I'm really glad that I'm here because I lived here for a year. I don't know if I've said that before. I actually lived in Shenzhen, China, which is on the border of Hong Kong. And it's a real industrial city. It's very much, the city has 15 million people. And I got to integrate into that culture for a year back in 2015. And I loved it. And I'm going to talk about this week is something that, as I walked around here yesterday, and I used to live here, so I'm in a hotel this week, but my apartment was right behind here, so my life centered all around here. And as I walked around, the changes. I'm only gone out of here 18 months, and so much had changed. Like, I went to look for the hair salon yesterday that I used to go to. It's gone. Something new was going in there. I went back to the nail salon. It's gone. And keyword that kept coming into my head as I was walking around was adaptable, changes. And for me, China is very much a leader in that because very quickly things were turned around and a new place. So where the nail salon had been is now a foot massage shop. And it was just, everything was in there, so easy to work with, changes that they just constantly keep moving. And that really showed up to me because even now just here next to where I'm on the main roadway, they have new structures going in. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, it's so forward thinking. It's moving forward, obviously, with the volumes of people that they have here in this particular city. And it's very much industrial. As I said, it's very much an immigration city where people from all over China come in. They work, and it's on the Hong Kong border, as I said, and everything is shipped out through there. So it's very exciting. And I really, as I talked about adaptability, it really made me think about how we like change. And I've been talking about that over the past few weeks as we talk about spiritual intelligence. You know, we're moving to a new level. We had emotional intelligence, fantastic. We've had IQ. We're now taking it all together, moving it to the next level, and really opening up. And for the next 6 months, the rest of 2017, we really are moving into a phase where we're becoming more spiritually aware. And that really is something I want to talk about. So I have some friends who are here. We're in transit. I'm leaving Australia. They're heading to Australia. And we did a reading last night. We picked some cards. So we had some Irish fairy cards and also the tarot deck. And what I found so interesting when we did it was that from each deck, 2 of the same cards appeared. So one was, I think it was the devil, the fool, came up and things like that. But the same card, the same word on each one. 2, we picked 3 cards from each. And I actually wrote down, Jason wrote down with me some of the stuff that's coming up. And I thought, this is perfect. Like, I had a different theme for today's show. And again, just as I said yesterday, walking around, it's changed. It's fast moving. And I was glad I saw it here because I thought, this is what we're experiencing. This is what we talk about. For many of us, we are struggling with the speed that all our issues are coming up, you know, that we're re-looking at things, and our soul is not tolerating it anymore. That's the only way I can describe it to you. It's just we're not tolerating anything that does not serve our highest good. So to talk about this week, and I want to talk about it in a general way, and it's really good, like the energy is good. So if we approach it with okay, this is to help me move forward and really allow me to step into my power. And I know I've said this, I probably said it on each of my shows. You are so powerful. You are so intuitive. You have it all within you. And you really and truly are at the point where, as I say, if you're listening to A1R Psychic Radio and you're getting reading, you know there is such a level within spirituality. My aim is to help you find that within yourself. So hopefully, I'm going to read from the notes I wrote down last night. And also, hopefully that you'll hear a word or a comment that will really resonate with you and say, okay, it's normal. What I'm feeling is normal. So this week is about letting go of control to aid our spiritual development. So for many of us, we've always been, well, this is what I do and this is how things work. Now it's time to purge. We're just letting it go. Issues arising this week are all about shedding, letting go, lightening up, and exploring new things. And that was highlighted to me last night as we were sitting in a Chinese restaurant. And I was thinking back to a couple of years ago when one of my dear friends came to visit me here in Shenzhen. And there was no way my pal was going into a Chinese restaurant. No, I won't like the food. And I thought, but you haven't tried it. You know, you have to go. So for me, adaptability is that when you go to a new city, particularly a new country, you don't go and sit in the fast food restaurants that you would normally go to, or the restaurants you would know. It's, do you go in and experience the food that the locals go to? Do you go to the restaurants that the locals are going to? That for me is always where I would go. In the coming week, as issues are arising. Now, issues arising could be just something of decluttering. We talked about the control of, being in control and protected. That's a key thing. So by putting all those things in place for you, you're going to be responsible and, as I think the word proactive, in relation to making yourself feel secure. And we're all looking for that. The changes that are coming up, the emotions are coming up to us so fast. It's just rapid that it's, okay, I need to be supporting myself. I've got my back. That's a good word. I've got my own back. So, and send your prayers and intentions out to the world. Like if you're maybe, hopefully you're not going through these extreme emotions at the moment or whatever, or challenges in your life, take a moment and take a deep breath. And when you focus on breathing and just from your heart, send out peace and love to the rest of the world and to those who do need it. And that could be something good. So going back to limiting patterns and sort of old thoughts, really will be, they're going to come up this week. They're really going to, but if they do come up, just think of, okay, I'm ready to let go. What are the alternatives? What am I moving out of? What habits am I breaking? And then choose from that how you want to experience it. So for me, like I just talked about, I'm booking in sessions for next week, the week after. I'm already booking up sessions for the middle of July for myself to be nurtured. So really just take a moment and see with that. Could be a walk in nature. You know, I'm here, and this morning I was here and I'm next to the river. And I thought, this is really peaceful. It's just one of those energies where you can just say, right, okay, this is really ideal in a city that is so busy, crazy busy. It really can. You can find that little space, even just for a few minutes, and think, this is where I feel nurtured. So going back to limiting thoughts, put out the intention that as you do, if those thoughts come up during the coming week, you catch the thoughts and you think, I'm letting it go. That's not me. I'm moving forward. And really just embrace that part of yourself and thinking that it's okay to change. Back on a few shows, I spoke about the crystal for 2017 being kyanite. And I've actually got a beautiful new piece of kyanite that I'm wearing today. I have a picture of it on my Facebook page, which is Life of Amy. And even just sit with it. That is the crystal for the coming week that is really going to support you. We're clearing out old habits. We're shedding. It's rewiring our brain for new pathways. We are at that point in life where everything is shifting. We are not stagnant anymore. We're not tolerating. So then, with this transformational healing, and there's going to be the energy is going to elevate. It really and truly is going to elevate. I know for many people, you know, we're in summertime in the seasons, and it really is that for me. When I landed here, my first thing was, oh gosh, I need colours, because in Australia I was in autumn winter, and my first thing was to go and look for colours that would just make me feel adapting into the summer that is here and the upper hemisphere. Another section that I really caught myself doing in the past week as I packed up to leave Australia, I started decluttering and purging, which for me, that used to be very hard. I held on to things, and but I'll remember this because I so gladly filled bags, took them to the charity shop and just let them go. Shared things out with people that I thought, I have these back in Ireland. I don't need it. Why do I carry them around? So it really is a decluttering energy that's going on at the moment. So just look at yourself. It could be even, when I talk about decluttering, you could be just decluttering the pantry, you know, so that it allows you the energy to move forward when you want to create new recipes. It might re-energize you in relation to looking at your cookbooks. It could be something as simple as that. It could be purging some boxes. You know, I lived in the Middle East for a number of years, as I told you before, and the amount of boxes I sent back to Ireland, I just thought, what have I done? I actually think there is a couple of the boxes not unpacked, and that's 3 years later. Going home to clear it out. Everything that can go. So for me, I want to be a citizen of the world. I don't want to reside in just one country. I want to travel, I want to explore, and just be in it. So that's adapting. So that to me is about bringing everything down to as small a size a suitcase or 2 suitcases that I possibly can. And that's a challenge. That is a challenge. And even recently I went for myself, and I thought, okay, if I'm doing this and I'm looking at the brand that is the life of Amy, that's how do I want it to look? And did a styling course, and looking at that, like how did I want to be seen? How did I want the clothes to look? And what I loved was her concept in relation to creating this new wardrobe. Was you could have so many items. Let's use the example. 150 outfits. My word, I could actually pack my wardrobe into a suitcase. That's my challenge. That's just give you an example of saying, adapting to changing environments, adapting to, changing lifestyles. For me, I would have worked in corporate for many years. I worked in recruitment in particular, and I remember one of the questions in recruitment, how are you with change? We all answered the same way. Things like that. But many of us struggle with it on a bigger scale, especially, as I said, in 2017, it's coming at us. Everything is changing so quickly. Friendships, our work, our home places. Many people have been uprooted and moved to other, not just states, but other countries, other hemispheres. So for me, it's about, like, I put up a post on my Facebook the other day, and I woke up in Melbourne, I had breakfast in Sydney, I had lunch somewhere over Cairns as I was at 38,000 feet, and then I had dinner in China, all within the space of 18 hours. And I loved that. I was just about, oh yeah, great, get me there. I was going to my favourite lady, a street vendor who does this amazing hot pot, and all I could think of was, get me there. But it was waking up in one hemisphere, going to sleep in the next, and just adapting to it, just thinking, coming from cold, and I was all bulky up, and then it was like, shedding. Get rid of that. I don't need that now because, well, I probably will need it when I go back to Ireland. It'll be much cooler. The temperature here at the moment, it's early morning. It's 30 degrees Celsius, which is about 86 Fahrenheit. And it's humid. It's humid here as well, but it's beautiful. And that's what it's about. It's about embracing when you go to the new places, if it's a new state, if it's even just a new neighborhood. You walk around it and you think, oh, this is where I eat. Are you going in there with a tourist mind? Or are you going in there with, I'm now a resident? And I thought that was a very good thing. So for me, where's the laundrette? Where is, as I said earlier, my hair salon, my foot spa, my pedicure place? Where are they all? So it's a case of, oh, well, they're gone. There's going to be new ones that I'll be able to find here and things like that. So the key word for this week coming up is adaptability. Adapt. Sit with the word. Even if you get to meditate with it, how does it make you feel? Really be honest with yourself. And if you are journaling, write down the word. Write that word down and maybe post it in various parts of your house. And think, okay, how am I adapting? What if you knew that, certain relationships were going to alter in the coming months, and that they were going to, they could go through changes, struggles. They might move to a new level where they had been, not being close to people, and all of a sudden they're back in your life and everything's changed, and you adapt to that. Are you letting go of the old energies, the old emotions that you may have held on to? Are you ready to do it? Are you ready to step into your higher self, your amazing self, or are you going to let fear hold you back? No, that's not in judgment. I don't say that in judgment, but I say it's of, what would you love to do? Like, if you were to let go of any fears, what would it be? My room is quite high up in the hotel here, and I looked out and I could see the pool area. And I have such a fear of water. I love water, but to go into it, that's a very different thing. And I was standing there yesterday going, what can I do to help me alleviate the fear and learn to swim? I can't swim. And I'm watching them, and they're just like so graceful. They're like mermaids, I think, in the water, and it's just beautiful. And what fear is holding me back from getting into it? And it really triggered something in me in the sense of like, But water is so cleansing. You know, even if, like, think of that, put the attention, you're in the shower. Next time you're in your shower or your bath or whatever, use that experience to cleanse maybe some old fears that are ready to go. Let's get rid of what's emotionally, spiritually and mentally stored in the body, or what we can do at this time. Maybe it's just 2 elements that we could clear. But you've got this. You can do this. So set the intention that as you wrap up the month of June, you know, you really are being reminded that, okay, I've got 6 months to really work on myself. Remember, this is a year 1. We are putting in the foundations for the next 9 years. So how do you want your foundation to look? I was coaching somebody on this last night, a Chinese friend here, and I said, you know, you're putting in all these things, but make sure your foundation is strong, and everything that will build upon it will be supported. And that means you're supported. And sometimes that's going to be slow. I know we all love things instant. We live in a generation where everything is instant. So for that, we kind of think, you know, I don't like slowness, but sometimes slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady will help you really take back your power and step into your soul purpose. And that's what it's all about. So really just say that, just don't gloss over details. Let yourself sit. As we said, is the word adaptability. How does that make you feel? Maybe you've had to go through that in the past 6 months, or you know it's coming. What were the lessons learned? What did you learn about the people around you? And what did you learn about yourself? And what are the positives that you want to take forward as you embrace yourself? And remember the whole thing of, don't let fear hold you back. You are magnificent, and this is the time for change. So just allow yourself to do that. So as always, I'm going to pick, I don't have my inspiration cards this week because I gave those to somebody else as I was moving on my travels. So I'm going to pick an angel blessing. And the card for this particular coming week is Angel Ariel is blessing you with purpose. So that ties in perfectly with the rest of this year. The rest of allowing yourself to really take your power back and just go into, how do I want the rest of my life to look? How do I want the rest of my 2017 to look? And really take that in with you. So what I'm going to do as I wrap up here today, I'm actually going to show you some views. Many people will not have come to China. And for me, I would love if you could come and visit. Go somewhere that you've never been. That could be a new state. That could be a new country. You've got the opportunity. Please do it. And just allow yourself to embrace it. So right behind me there is China. Okay? There you can see the river. That's the border. And there's Hong Kong. It's that close. So you could come into, if you're visiting Hong Kong, there's a couple of borders you can go to, buy a visa, and go in for 5 days. And come into a city such as Shenzhen. That is moving forward so fast. And an expression in China when they talk about fast, and they want to talk about super fast, they use the word Shenzhen. Whatever the word, I don't know the word for fast, and that's another thing. I need to learn Mandarin because I know I will be here frequently. That's my other challenge. That's the challenge I'm taking on for the rest of 2017. And they use the Shenzhen fast. It's that quick. Everything happened. I'm watching over there. This is a terraced garden that I'm on. They're uprooting it. What's going to be here in the space of a few months will be amazing, no doubt. And for all of us, just embrace that. Please, as we shut down this show for this week, embrace your power for adaptability. You've got this. You are amazing. Next week, the show will be coming from Ireland. I'm so looking forward to sharing experiences from the Emerald Isle with you. I shall talk to you very soon. Bye.
Gabby. How you doing? How's the play date and sleepover?
Dad, it was great.
Awesome. Okay, I'm on my way. Hey, guys. What are you doing?
We're going swimming. We're going biking. Yeah!
I'll see you in a little bit, guys. I love you.
Hi, babe. How was school today?
Hi, Dad. It was great.
Okay, honey. I'll be home soon. Remember, you're never too far away from your kids to be a dad. Reach out and take a second to check in, because sometimes the smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
To A1R Psychic Radio here on Moonstruck TV. You're here again with Amanda Hall Psychic, all the way from the Gold Coast in Australia. We're in the midst of winter. It's a beautiful summer's day. It's almost like a summer's day outside today here for us. So I hope wherever you are in this beautiful globe of ours, you've been enjoying the weather and enjoying the energy and just enjoying being alive. I think it's really an exciting time of the year to just sort of sit and say, wow, isn't this great? I'm part of this amazing universe. So this week, of course, we'll feature some of the things that are happening in the universe. We'll have a little look at our third part of our four-part series on Mercury. But I'd like to start the show today with the Simply Tarot card of the week. And for those of you that are regular watchers, you'll find each week I feature a card from a set that I designed about 13 years ago. And this is a card for all of us to share and take away a message that hopefully we can ponder on and may just improve our lives in the next 7 days. If we collectively all join hands together around this amazing globe, maybe we can make a big difference. So this week, the card of the week is actually the Eight of Wands. Now, the Eight of Wands represents speedy news or situation coming, but it can also be the arrows of love. So the arrows of love doesn't always mean we're going to go into a new relationship. I actually think when I see this card, it means universal love, that we can all start to make a difference in this amazing globe of ours if we all try and do some little positive thing each and every day, that collectively the energy ramps up. We have more positivity than we do negativity. So again, we have more light than we do dark. And I think that's a very important message for all of us to take forward in this next 7 days, considering there's been so much turmoil in recent times around the world. Why don't we try and change this with our beautiful spiritual love? So it's an interesting time in the universe at the moment, with lots of planetary configurations dancing around this amazing planet of ours. And last week we had the full moon in Cancer, which was joined by the amazing planet Mars, and they were both sitting in Cancer, and I warned everybody to be a little bit careful of your communication over the last weekend, that, you know, sometimes some frayed tempers and old hurts and grievances could come to the surface. Well, my phone ran hot with people saying, oh, wow, you won't believe what happened, this is what happened, or we resolved this issue, or we had a big argument, or whatever. So following on from that, we still have a Mars and Mercury transit in Cancer. Yes, the Sun is in Cancer, but he's not actually holding hands with Mercury, the planet of communication, or Mars, the planet of action. So I'd just like to focus on Mars and Mercury. Now, we've been featuring in the last couple of shows some little bit of energy about Mercury going through the signs, and it's interesting that this week we will be up to our third part of the series of Mercury through the signs, but I'm going to actually feature in our What's Happening in the Universe section Mercury conjunct or holding hands with Mars in Cancer right this second, and this will affect each and every astrological sign around the globe. So Mercury, we understand, is the planet of communication. Mars is the planet of action. So when these two hold hands, it's a time when we can have some absolutely major breakthroughs on the communication front, because we've got the drive of Mars pushing home or hammering home a message, wanting to be heard or wanting to sort of push forward and break down those barriers of communication that where there may have been blockages, there may have been things that people weren't prepared to look at or didn't want to look at, but we wash it over with the gentleness, hopefully, of Cancer, where it's fluid. It's like the ebb and flow of the tide of the waves lapping the shore, and it's a gentle sort of approach. Yes, we need to be maybe forthright and determined, but we don't necessarily need to have our angry or our aggressive hat on to make these breakthroughs with communication. So I'm going to err on the side of positivity and say maybe this is a major thing that could help break down some of the major political decisions that have got to be made around this globe of ours at the moment. Maybe it's a good sign that the politicians will actually sit down and have some constructive conversations and try and find real solutions to some of the world's issues. Wouldn't that be amazing if this is how this planetary configuration is going to pan out? For the rest of us, on a more personal note, this is the time, if there's been an issue or something in your life that has been bugging you, someone that you need to have a conversation with, but you've been putting it off because you're frightened of how the situation will unfold, or you're not sure whether they're going to listen to you or whether they're going to even want to listen to you. Now is the perfect time to sort of put your strategy into place and gently, and I do stress the word gently try and open the lines of communication and see where it could take you. By having this gentle approach and then standing your ground in a very gentle but constructive way, maybe, just maybe, we'll get the breakthroughs that we've been looking for in the deadlock with family communications or communications with your friends, things that need to be said. This also spills over into the workplace. So if you've been looking for that perfect time to pitch your new idea to your boss about how we can improve things on the job front, not necessarily the time to go for a pay rise, but a great time to pitch new ideas, and sort of people will really start to take notice. So it is interesting. For most of us, it's a time of communication. It's a time of high energy, but at the same time in a gentle sort of approach. It's the time to sort of get up out of our chair, go for that stroll in the park, do something different, but make sure the whole time that we're aware of the information that's being downloaded into our minds, because we may just find we'll get some breakthroughs or some answers to questions that have been rolling around in our minds for a little while. I always feel it's interesting when we hit the middle part of the year. For some of us, we run out of steam. Others of us, we get really motivated and think, wow, this is great. Life is sort of, revving up a gear or two. So I suppose it depends on what part of the world that you live in. And I suppose more importantly, when your birthday is in this 12-month cycle. For those of you that are born in the middle of the year, well, you may be finding that this is an amazing time where you actually sort of feel high energy, you're motivated, you're setting goals, you're setting intentions for things that you want to achieve for the next 12 months. And for those that are born at the end of the year, you sort of might be feeling a little bit lethargic and feel like curling up on the lounge with a good book or watching a nice movie or something and just chilling out from the world. So whatever your situation is, it's important to honour that. Now we're going to move on to the third part in our series, and we have been looking at Mercury, the planet of communication. And it's not just how we communicate, it's where our intellect comes from, it's where our sense of humour comes from. So Mercury has an important role in our astrological chart because it helps us share our message with the world, but it also helps us understand what other people are trying to share with us. So this week we move on to the next 3 signs, and the first one we're going to be covering on tonight's show is Libra. Now, Mercury in Libra, a lot of astrologers sort of think, oh, Mercury would feel quite comfortable here because Mercury's the planet of communication, and Libra likes to sort of chat and sort of see both sides of the issue and sort of tries to bring fairness and justice to any sort of conversation or any discussion that may be going on, and that's true to a certain point. But I also sort of feel too, sometimes here with Mercury in Libra, it can sometimes bring forward really serious arguments, because sometimes we find that people sort of get very stuck or very bogged down in their interpretation or their communication is the only way, that no one else is really entitled to an opinion. So we can sort of almost be seen as 2 warring parties at opposite ends of the boxing ring, and neither one shall be the first one to give a little bit so that we can get the communication flowing. So please be aware, if you do have Mercury in Libra, make sure that you look at if there's a stalemate, is there something that I can do to break the deadlock? Just give a little bit, half an inch or so, and then maybe we'll get things flowing. Now, when we move on to the next sign, which is Mercury in Scorpio. Now, Mercury does love to communicate, as we've established, but Scorpio is one of those different sort of signs because Scorpio is a very fixed, rigid sort of sign. I always think of Scorpio and I think of a block of ice. I think of something that's very dense, very deep, quite cold, somebody that doesn't necessarily want to share necessarily anything with someone else unless they really want to. And the same can be said here for Mercury in Scorpio. It's interesting, Mercury in Scorpio can be that they have the ability to delve very, very deep, to get underneath the crevices, to be really able to sort of push people's buttons, to make them look at not just the superficial side of communication, but dig underneath and get to the root of the situation, to the bottom of the issue, and bring it to the surface, and now let's hammer it out. The same can be said with Mercury, can be very superficial too when it wants to be here. It can be almost nasty. It can almost be sarcastic. That when you find Mercury and Scorpio people are not getting their own way, they can sort of go into this mode of almost being razor sharp. And if they feel that you deserve a dressing down, it's said to be almost like they ate razor blades for breakfast. They go bang, 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 and all of a sudden you've been more than cut down to size, and you're sort of left a bit dishevelled and a bit sort of shell-shocked and think, where in the hell did that come from? I just had a dressing down by somebody with Mercury in Scorpio. I'm not going to say that that is their usual course of events or the way that they communicate, but it is something in their toolkit that they will use if they believe that they're not getting their message across or you're not paying attention and they've run out of patience, and bang, you'll get the razor blade treatment then. So be aware, they can be gentle in their approach, but they can also be downright firm, nasty and sarcastic in the way that they get your attention if you're not listening to them. Our final sign that we're working with this week is Mercury in Sagittarius. Now, anytime we put Mercury with a fire sign and particularly a freedom-loving sign like Sagittarius, I always feel sort of Mercury feels like he's been let out of jail after particularly coming out of the Mercury with Scorpio energy. It's like, wow, I can breathe now, I can flap my wings, I can fly. But Mercury in Sagittarius also means that you have the capabilities of being able to learn easily more than one language. So not just the native tongue at where you were born. You should find it very, very easy to understand and learn a second or third language. It also makes it very easy for you to relocate and live in other parts of the world, different cultures. You fit in very easily. Some people look at people with Mercury in Sagittarius and say, oh, wow, you know, they'd be able to sort of talk about anything at any time. Well, that's maybe not quite true. But Mercury does give you the flexibility to be able to talk on many different areas. A lot of professional people have Mercury in Sagittarius, particularly that might work in areas that need to be a little bit more open-minded than other people. So, for example, a minister of the faith, somebody that's preaching religion, quite often has Mercury in Sagittarius because they're able to sort of encompass and welcome everybody to the congregation and sit there and look at them not in judgment, but that they are a human being and they all deserve to be treated equally. So Mercury in Sag to me is just really sort of opening up your arms and welcoming everybody, no matter where they come from in the world, no matter what the colour of their skin is or their religious belief or whether they're rich or poor. They all have an important message to share with us. So we're going to take our first caller now from Darlene in Shelby, Michigan in the USA. Darlene, are you there?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Hello, Darlene. Can I help you? Have you got a question for me today?
Yes, I do. It's in regards to finances and moving.
Okay. Well, all right. So you're hoping to move house, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. What they're showing me there around the move, Darlene, is I don't know that the move is going to happen just yet. They're showing me major change or major transformation coming up around August. It's like there's a final decision to be made then, or the definite decision of the move will take place in August. I'm not saying you're actually going to move in August, but I think the final decision and the opportunity to sort of see that we can put a plan into action will come in August. They're also showing me the first half of this year was a real struggle for you financially. As fast as money came in the door, it seemed to go out twice as fast. It's like I haven't been able to hang on to any of it. I still feel we've got a little bit more of this energy coming up, and that may also relate to for the fact that you're going to be moving, and that's an expensive exercise in itself. But they were sort of showing me by the time we get to October, Darlene, it's like then, oh good, I can exhale, I can breathe a little bit easier, finances finally seem to be sort of levelling out, I can finally start to feel like I'm starting to get some traction, I'm starting to make some headway and feel as if I'm back in the driver's seat as far as finances are concerned. Now with this move, Darlene, will you be looking for another job after it?
Well, what, I'm sorry?
When you make the move, are you contemplating changing your job?
I just got a new job. I'm working, and you are contingent for 3 months. I'm going to do on full-time in 3 months.
Oh, okay. So, all right. So once you've gone through the preliminary part, you then put on to full-time. Well, that would be like a job change to me because they were just showing me new opportunities there. So if it becomes permanent, then that would be the same thing. So that should also help to sort of keep everything down.
Okay.
But they're also sort of showing me, Darlene, that you haven't been getting enough rest. So I'm taking from that you need to sort of start looking after yourself a little bit more. You've been too busy running around doing everything for everyone else. It's now time to take a little bit of time for yourself.
Okay.
Have you been feeling a little bit tired in the last couple of weeks?
I'm sorry?
Have you been feeling a little bit tired in the last couple of weeks?
I can't understand your question. I'm sorry.
I said, have you been feeling a little tired in the last couple of weeks?
Yes.
Yeah, that's why they were showing me it's important that you now start to look after you.
Okay.
And I think that you knew that anyway. It's just sometimes I think we just don't have time, and they're sort of asking me to ask you to make time to look after you. Even if it's, you know, only little bursts of it, you just need to take a little bit more rest.
Okay.
So with this move, Darlene, are you hoping that this is going to be a more permanent move for you, like sort of it's going to bring a lot more stability into your life?
I think so. I think that where we're at is very depressing, and that's why I needed a new move.
Oh, I totally agree with you, because what they're showing me is that this move brings sort of a real stability into your life. You know, it's like finally I can put a rock-solid foundation underneath you and the family and say, right, this is where we're meant to be. Now we can start to build upon this. And that's a good thing. There's also been sort of a lot of turbulence in the family in the last 18 months, which appears to be now to be settling down, Darlene, which is also very good.
Okay.
So I just feel that you're on the right track. You just need to keep focused on what you're doing and sort of just keep going forward, Darlene, because everything is going the way that it's meant to be going for you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, have a great night. Thank you for calling into the show, Darlene.
Thank you.
Okay, so while we wait for our next caller to come through, we'll just have a little bit more of a chat about the universe. And it's interesting because at this time of the year, we have such an influence on Cancer that most of us sort of feel a little bit emotional at this time of the year. We have a feeling of sort of, where are my emotions going? What am I responsible for? Why am I feeling teary? Why am I feeling all of a sudden I want to crave chocolate? There's lots of reasons why we have different energies that hit each and every one of us at different times of the year. And in all my years that I've been in astrology, I still find I learn something new about this amazing planet of ours each and every day with what is actually happening in the universe. And it's great. So we're going to see that, you know, over the coming shows, we'll keep focusing on astrology because it's one of my passions. And I've had lots of amazing Facebook feedback and people sending me private messages saying, I really love this little segment where you're teaching us so much about astrology in a way that they might never have really thought that they could learn astrology because they look at it and they think it's so complicated, there's so much mathematics and all this, and I can't absorb this. And what my aim is to do is to not necessarily turn each and every one of you into astrologers, but is to help you understand that astrology is a science. It is something that governs our planet, whether we want to acknowledge it or not. We are governed by the planets that are moving around this amazing universe of ours each and every day, and that the planets don't sit stationary. They, you know, they do move. They constantly move. And when we talk about a birth chart is like taking a Polaroid picture. For those of you who remember a Polaroid snapshot, you used to be able to take a picture and it'd spit out the end of the camera instantaneously and you could see it straight away. And that's why I've always referred to an astrology chart like your own personal Polaroid snapshot of showing you where the planets were precisely at the moment of your birth and how this becomes the blueprint of your life. It shows you how you will behave, how you will achieve things throughout your life. Of course, we still have free will. We have the opportunity to make choices and decisions for ourselves, but at the same time, what is in us, that's what is we are born with, is also determines where our strengths and our weaknesses are going to come from. That, you know, whether we have an interest or a passion in music, or whether we love the arts, or whether we like science fiction, is all determined by where the planets are at our birth. And I'm a firm believer that, yes, we do choose our parents so that we can replicate those lessons that are in our chart, that we have to be able to work through those. And we have to be able to work through them because that is part of our soul's journey. It is part of our karma. We all have lessons to learn here on earth. And, you know, some people are meant to come into our lives for a short time and some people for a lifetime. So astrology is an amazing tool that helps us understand our fellow man. And the more I work with astrology, the more I suppose I realise I don't know, and I've been working with it for over 35 years, seriously. And you'd think by then I should have a handle on, you know, maybe having some idea of the complexities of astrology, but I believe there's so many areas that not one person can know it all in one lifetime. So it is an amazing tool that each and every one of us can share in each week as we talk a little bit about astrology, and you get to understand how things work. And for those of you that might want a birth chart, if you pop onto the Facebook page, you can always private message me there and we can organise one for you at a very minimal cost. And I'm sure there's probably astrology programs out there that you can probably punch in and get your own, not that I'm aware of those, but, you know, it's always nice to know where the planets are at your birth and get some understanding as we work through the 10 planets, and we'll continue on with other areas of astrology as we work our way around the zodiac. we will always have some sort of little astrological segment where I'm teaching you some of the fundamentals of astrology in a very basic, easy to absorb way. So I hope you've enjoyed this amazing show again this week. We love bringing it to you every week here at A1R Psychic Radio on Moonstruck TV. And don't forget to tune into a number of our other shows that run 4 nights of the week. We have some amazing psychics and mediums from all the way around the world. And each person brings something different to the table. So enjoy your week. I look forward to working with you again next week, and have a great week. Talk to you then. Bye.
We just finished dinner and it was time for homework. He hates homework.
It makes no sense.
I don't know how he finds anything in his backpack.
I can't find my backpack.
Finally, we found
my
his assignment. He rushed through it. I wonder if he even learned anything.
I wasn't going to get it right, so I just wanted to get back to playing my video game. At least I'm good at that.
I couldn't even read his handwriting.
Holding the pencil makes my hand hurt.
I know he's bright.
Why is it so hard for me?
He's
I'm
just
trying
gotta
as
try a
hard
little
as I
harder.
can.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. That's why there's Understood.org, a free online resource for the parents of the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues. Here you'll get personalized recommendations, practical tips, daily access to experts, and more. Go from misunderstanding to Understood.org.
Na 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 na, I love you so. I love you, I love you. La 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 la, la 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 la.
We're here.
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Hi, I'm Asia, and thanks for watching Moonstruck. And now, back to A1R on the air. Psychic Talk Radio, now, on Moonstruck TV, enlightening television.
Hi everyone, and welcome to A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. My name is Josie Curcio, and I'm going to be your host for today. I'm located in beautiful Sydney in Australia, and I'm so looking forward to this show because I would love to take this opportunity to dedicate it to you. I want to do free readings for the next 30 minutes. It's my way of saying thank you so much to everyone who's been supporting me so far. This is my 4th show. The interaction with you all has been amazing, and I just thought, why not just sort of do free readings and let's see how we go. So a couple of days ago, I decided to put a little competition up on my Facebook page where I just wanted you guys to sort of share my last video, and you guys did. So I've got you, the ones who did, I've got you in this box. You're all in here, and I'm really looking forward to connect with you and do your little readings. So what I'm thinking to do is perhaps the first 20 minutes to dedicate it to that competition, and then the last 10 minutes perhaps to do one of you guys out there that has been viewing and that is obviously interested in connecting with me and do a little reading. So that's the idea of what I want to do today. Before I start, I know that I have a special client who's watching from New York at the moment. Her name is May. Oh, hi May. You're so gorgeous. Thank you so much for all your support. You know that I love you. I've known you for, I don't know, the last 5 years. Very proud of you for taking your gorgeous adventure from Australia to New York, and I hope you do enjoy this show. So let's start. Actually, maybe before I start, we should probably, or maybe I should talk a little bit about how I do my work. You know, for the new viewers out there that haven't connected with me before, you know, what do I do? How do I do it? What's expected for the next, for the next half an hour? So I call myself an intuitive psychic, and that is because my gift hasn't been really passed on from generation to generation, even though I know that my grandmother was obviously quite intuitive. I kind of never looked at myself as a psychic until I decided to change my career path, and I wanted to learn how to do massages. And that was when I realized, I already knew that I had a strong intuition, like everybody does. We all have our intuition. Some of us stronger than others. And I was one of those that I kind of was aware that when I really connected to my gut, I kind of knew what was going on. And yeah, doing massages, I was lucky that my teacher was a Reiki master, and she was the one who kind of introduced me to a different way of looking at things. And I was curious. I wanted to know what it meant and what was in, how can we sharpen up the intuition a little bit more. So it was 17 years ago, and I just worked at it. I did workshops, random things were coming up my way, because when we surrender to the universe really blesses us with so many wonderful things. So I did quite a bit in the last 17 years, and I started shaping it. I started getting to sort of know how I was working, and now I call myself an intuitive psychic because of that. And I can say that I am a clairvoyant, a clairosentience, and a clairaudience. And that fancy words, some of you are probably going, what's that? What's a clair what? So all it means is clair is a French word for clear. And all it means is that I've got a clear vision. A clairvoyant means that I can actually see messages. I get visions, or I can see shadows, or I can see, perhaps if depending on the reading, I might actually see what the client has experienced, and I can clearly see it and share it with them. And that is part of confirmations as well as messages. Clairaudience means that I can hear messages, and in my case they come as kind of a thought. It's my own thought, but I have learned to distinguish it. And clairosentience was probably one of my strongest, where I already had those strong gut feelings. Clairosentience is about feelings, that gut strong feeling that we all have sometimes. I was able to actually develop a clair taste as well, which meant I could taste things, particularly when I was massaging a client who was feeling not well. I could actually taste toxicity, or I could smell, when an entity decides to appear, I can sort of smell tobacco, or I could smell lavender, or, particularly smells that I could connect to someone that, a loved one who's obviously passed away. And so it's all based on feelings, the hearing, and the clairvoyancy for me. As well as all that, I also specialise, or it is my forte, about colour healing. So I've got these gorgeous colour cards here that I have been used for a long time, and colours were introduced to me randomly a while back, and I have been using them for a long time for my own healing. So I use them as well when I kind of feel pulled to grab a colour card, and I can discuss what colours you need to use at the moment with whatever issues you might be going through. And the other thing that I do as well is numerology, advanced numerology, which is based on your birthday, and it pretty much allows me to see why you're stuck, what's your purpose in your life, why you're here, Kudishi, what are your vibrations, who you're sitting with, what can you work with. So there's kind of, it's a bit of a pockets of this and this and that I kind of sort of mix together, and I gel it to sort of suit your needs. And that's how I do it, and that's why I call myself an intuitive psychic. I never know how I start, and I never know how I end. I just roll with it, and I have fun with it. So that is the idea that I would love to share with you today. So why don't we start? Let's get all excited, and why don't we start? So let me get this box out, and let me give it a good shake. I've been shaking it for a while, so it should be quite all out there. I don't want to see what I'm grabbing, so I'm going to put it on the side here, and let's grab the first lucky winner. Let's see who we got here. We got Catherine Belzan. I think I'm pronouncing your last name right. So let's have a look. You have been quite a lovely supporter as well. You have interacted with me since I started these shows, and thank you so much for doing so. It's been a pleasure connecting with you, where you have shared the colours that you're connecting with as well. And I think you were talking about the sparkles that you also see on the side, and I was fascinated to hear that, I have seen the gold sparkles and the silver sparkles, but I've never seen different colours, and you apparently have. You've seen, I think you said, the blue sparkles and magenta. That was great. You know, I was like, wow, look at that. And so I love sharing these kind of insights with one another. I think that's awesome. So good on you for your, you know, for going into your path, and must be exciting for you to get there, which is awesome. So I'm going to do the colour therapy cards first, because that's where I feel drawn the most. So let's see what pops up for you at the moment. Let's see what you're going through. So I tend to look away from the screen when I actually concentrate, because I allow the vision to come through. And so if I get distracted by looking at another screen, I tend to not pay attention to the details. So if I do that throughout the next 30 minutes, it's only because I'm trying to focus on what they're showing me. Alright, so let me put these cards down, and I'm just going to grab, okay, as you know, I'm never alone, so I'm not making choices on my own here. I'm being directed and guided, and they're saying 2 cards for you. So let's grab these 2 cards. Wow, okay. This is interesting, because I think the last reading that I gave you was very similar. So I'm going to show you. The first card that popped up is this gorgeous little lilac, and which I think is what you got last time. I think you got mauve, and you got very, very similar kind of messages, which means your guides right now are really pushing you to really hear what you need to do. So having this second card similar to the first one, that message is amplified right now for you. You really need to trust and feel what's going on. So this particular one, it's lilac, and it says strengthen your faith, which is very similar to the first one. So you obviously feeling a connection at the moment, and it's there. You know it's there. You can't ignore it. You can't even doubt that it's there, because you're feeling it. But what they're saying to you is, okay, you're feeling it, but what are you doing about it? What's the next step to do? So when they say strengthening it, find out more about how you can actually do work to connect. Sometimes we feel things, but then we get busy. You know, we get busy and we get distracted, and, you know, our everyday life is pretty crazy, and we get distracted, and the mind is saying to us, we need to finish that first. Like, you know, I've got to cook, or I've got to pick up the kids, or I've got to, you know, finish that work, or there's always something else. The mind is not used to you do this. It takes practice, which is what I had to do for the last 17 years. I had to commit to a new routine for me to be more spiritual. So this is where you're at. It takes practice. So you need to find what works for you. Whether it's a little prayer in the morning, whether you got a deck of cards. That's how I did it. My first deck of cards, I actually grabbed a card every morning. That was my quick connection before I started learning other things. I'll grab a card and I'll ask, what's your message for me today? And that was my connection. So don't ignore them, because they obviously want you to blossom, is the word that I'm getting here. They want you to connect and learn more about it. So don't ignore it. And wear this color as much as you can, because it's a soft lilac. It's not a strong purple. Like all the purples or the shades of purples pretty much allow you to connect to a higher realm. But the soft ones, it means that you can do it gently. You don't have to bang, have it in your face. You know, the clairvoyancy might be smacking it in the face. This is a more gentle way, which I have a feeling you're more of a clairsentience, similar to me, whereas more gentle. Gut feelings, you know, instinct, intuition, dreams even, more gut feelings. So connect to that one as much as you can. And the second one I really, really love. It's this gorgeous chocolate color. It shows you that it's chocolate, and underneath it says to nourish your body and your soul. Because when you're trying to connect to your guides, the connection is at your strongest when you look after your body, or when you look after your emotions. They all work hand in hand. If we feel sick, too tired, or if we got bad habits where, for example, we could be binging. You know, when we binge, sometimes we feel a bit off and we're eating all the wrong food. Our digestion becomes so heavy that the brain and the mind goes, hang on a minute, I've got to slow down. And so your connection to them is interrupted and slowed down as well. So they're trying to give you some messages, there's something that you need to know or you need to do, and we kind of interrupt it. You know, I've done it myself, of course. So this is the message that you're kind of getting. Look after your body, pay attention to your little bad habits that we all kind of have, and just stay a little bit more committed to this new path that they want you to go into it. And so even though the chocolate and the lilac, many people probably like to wear it together, give it a go. It doesn't have to be like, you know, lilac top and brown pants if you don't want to. It can even be undergarments, or you can wear just a gem. With the chocolate, which is related to browns, you could have the tiger eye, for example, or the smoky quartz, you know, those beautiful crystals that you might connect to that have a tinge of browns. That would be awesome. And any amethyst colors as well, you know, with the crystals, fluorite. There's quite a few of them out there that you could connect to. So that is your gorgeous little reading, and I hope you enjoy that. And thank you so much for your support. Now let's grab another one. Let's see. I'm not going to look. I'm going to look away. Okay, I'll put this box here. Let's see. Tinkerbell, you're the next one. Okay, I know you're also a follower of Psychic TV. Thank you so much for following me there too. Okay, Tinkerbell, so let's see what they want me to do. I have a feeling I need to do the colour cards with you as well. So let's have a look. And I'm getting this sense that you have been busy, or you're keeping yourself really busy, and I don't know if you've been feeling a little bit sore on your more dominant side. You know, it could be our right side or our left side, but they making me feel that it's your dominant side. I actually have a feeling it's your right. And when they make me feel like that it's being tight, it sort of says to me, take care of it. Take care of your muscles, the joints, you know, if you need a massage, if you need to sort of exercise, do your stretches, you know, like really look after yourself, because you've obviously been overdoing it, or there's been repetitive movements to it. Or we could be sleeping the same way. You know, there could be things going on here that we sort of need to look at. So make sure you do that, and let me grab some cards for you. I'm just going to I'm going to do two with you as well. Oh wow, they're gorgeous. Okay, so they're saying to me, so the first one is this gorgeous, it's like it's a brown, but it has a little bit of burgundy through it, just a touch of red through it. And it says awaken your passion, which means that right now you really need to do things that make you spark. Don't do it because it brings in money, or because it makes somebody else happy, or it's the right thing to do. We need to do something that makes us happy from the inside. So find what your passion is and get really into it. And don't justify yourself to anybody if you're getting judged. Don't worry about it, because that's what it says. And you know, the brown colours are quite solid colours in general. They represent the trees, the trunks, the roots, you know, where you sort of put your plant your ideas, and you can't be shaken off or moved away from, like you're going to stay really cemented with it. So that's the element that you need to stick with. So wear as many browns as you can, and again, if you don't like brown in general, you can wear them as undergarments or crystals. Or if you saw my second shows, I was actually talking about you know, how you can use colours in different ways. So I highly recommend you to watch it. And let's see what else they want you to. Okay, they want me to go into the next card. So the next card is this one. It's this gorgeous. It's a purple. See how it's got that little tunnel on the inside, and it looks kind of brighter. So that tells me that you're adventuring into something, or they want you to adventure into something. So you're already getting a gut feeling about doing something, and they want you to trust, to take a leap of faith and just really dive into it. This kind of purple always says, we're here for you, and it's time for you to step up the ladder. No longer looking backwards, but we need to move forward and take that leap of faith. We are here with you. You're not alone. So you need to jump into it. And they're also talking about your vision, which means for you to dive into it, have a clear vision of why you're going there, and then trust the process. You don't have to know step by step. You just need to know that you're going in there, and that whatever happens, you'll be supported. You know, they're going to bring the right people at the right time. As long as you vibrate at that higher passion level. This is why people, when they do something that they really love, particularly with work, they end up being quite successful, because the joy that comes from it gets captivating, you know, it becomes almost infectious. Other people sort of go, oh wow, look how excited she is. They kind of want that, they want a piece of that. So that's where they want you to sort of dive right into it, which is exciting. So those two colours, you can wear them together or separate, it's up to you. And thank you so much again for your support, and I hope you enjoyed that little reading. Let's grab one last one. I'm going to look away. Susie Ryder. Okay, Susie, you gorgeous girl. I've known you for God knows how long. I don't know, 10 years possibly. You're a beautiful girl. Again, thank you so much for your support. I'm so excited that I got your name. Okay, let's shuffle the cards. I might do this too. Let's have a look. Okay, cool. Interesting. So, let me tap into your energy and let's see what's going on. I don't know if you've been getting some sensitivity around the tummy and making you feel your tummy is quite sensitive, and there might be inflammation that you could be dealing with at the moment. They're making me feel that as well, and that we need to chill. Sort of saying, take a nice deep breath in, hun, chill. Cool and chill. Okay, 2 colors for you as well. Love, 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 love these colors for you. Have a look. We've got, the pink and the green. For those of you out there that have done spiritual work and knows about the colors and chakras, you will know that these 2 colors, both of them represent your heart, your compassion, your love for life, for your journey, it brings that beautiful heart level at such a gorgeous balanced way. As you can see, they're both different, yet when you put them together, and the softness of each other as well, this beautiful vibrant pink and this beautiful vibrant crispy clear green, they're just yummy together. They're so gorgeous together. And I'm getting excited because I know what they mean. They mean that you're definitely working on balancing your emotions at the moment, and the anger part of what makes you irritated or frustrated, you're working on that and trying to cool it down. That's where the green comes in. And then the part of you that was probably cold at one stage, the numbness that you probably had to feel at some stage to protect yourself, that needs to be softened up, and that's where the pink comes in to warm it back up. So you're definitely going through a bit of a challenge, and you're working through some stuff, but at the end of the day, what I love about your reading is that it's saying to me, you want to be a better person. So you're making it about you, and then your decision will definitely inflict that beautiful heart that you have on everybody else as well. So don't shy away. Trust what you're feeling and believe in what you're doing, because at the end it will work out for the best. So thank you so much again for your support. Love you, and I'm sure I'll hear back from you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. And a big kiss to you as well. Okay guys, let's move on. Can you believe it? The time is flying, and I just love doing readings, as you can see. So I think I'm getting ready to do the next viewer. So I'm going to put this aside. Thank you so much for connecting to my competition on Facebook. If any of you want to reach out to me, my Facebook page is Josie Curcio Inner Light Therapies, and my website is www.innerlighttherapies.com.au. Feel free to connect with me. I love your interaction, and I'm ready for the viewer. So let's have a look here who we got. We've got Veronica in North Dakota, USA. Hi Veronica, are you there?
Hi.
Oh, hi gorgeous girl, you've got a beautiful voice. How are you?
I'm doing okay.
Okay, how can I help you?
I'm going through a really hard 8 months. My husband told me he wanted to leave me. Now I found out he cheated on me. There's a no contact order through the military because I turned him in with his commander because he cheated on me, and I don't know what the outcome's going to be with that, and I don't know what's going to happen because I'm trying to go back to California with our 3 kids for custody. He has orders to go to Colorado Springs, and I'm a little worried about what's going to happen when he comes back next week. Am I going to be able to leave to California? Is he going to go to Colorado, or are we going to continue to fight for this divorce?
Oh, wow, you're going through so much. Okay, Veronica, I'm going to try to dissect everything you said. As you've probably seen in the show, I do use color therapy. The first card that I've just connected with you is the color red. Wear as much red as you can. I don't know how you feel about the red. You don't have to wear it as a top if you're not comfortable. But what the red does in situations like this, it gives you strength. It allows you to stand in your power, and allows you to say no when you mean it and yes when you have to. So that's a perfect color for you to really stand your ground. It commands respect in that sense. So wear as much as you can while you're going through all these things. And of course we know that red is also the color of passion. Like, we want to feel loved. We want to give love, and we want that exchange love back. what I'll do for you as well is I'm going to double check with these cards. These oracle cards are great. But I won't concentrate too much on the other party for now. I want to concentrate on you because we only have a few minutes left. So Veronica, let's have a look. And let's see, okay, I can see you've lost sleep, you know, like you're losing obviously a lot of time in trying to work out what you want to do. What I like from these cards as well is that I'm seeing that you're trying to balance everything and you're trying to be very wise because you've got responsibilities, not just for yourself. You mentioned kids. So I can see that, you know, that this card is sort of saying, oh my God, you know, like how long more can I actually do this for? Okay, let me see what else they want you to know. Can you not blame yourself? I don't know where you're at with your frustration, but your guides are going, this is not your fault. I don't know what has been said to you from the other parties, but this is certainly not your fault. And now you can stand your ground. So I'm seeing you've got this High Priestess card. See this lady standing really, really strong. The High Priestess demands for you to take the courage to do what's right for you. Similar with the colour red that I sort of picked up as well. Okay. Oh, interesting, because I also feel that you kind of feel overwhelmed. Everything is happening really quickly. There's this fast pace that the cards are making me feel like and I'm also picking up that you're not trusting your own choices, and you need to trust your choices. Whatever it is that feels right for you, we've got to bring it back to you, not to the other party. It's what is right for you. Relationship, of course, the relationship obviously has been damaged. I can see that, and you're trying to sort of work out what needs to be done next. I'm trying to see if they want you to move or not, but the cards are not. Oh, you are. Yes. Okay. The moving, I feel that you are moving away from all this, but not right away. I feel that you need to stay put and really put your thoughts together, collect a network that can support you and help you with it. Communication is very, very clear. I do feel that you have the support that you need. Let me look at him really quickly. He's in a different place. I feel that he's certainly in a different place from where you're at. He wants to do his own things. That's the energy that I'm collecting from him. And you need to do the same. You can't make it about the partner. You got to make it about you. Does that make sense for you so far, Veronica?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want me, we just got literally a few more minutes. Do you want me to look at anything else really quickly?
The only thing I would like you to see is if, I don't know if you can see when my divorce will be final.
It might not show up only because being an intuitive psychic, I'm not a fortune teller, I do go as far as the year. So let me pull these cards out again and let me see if they show me. You're certainly moving away. I am definite. I see that there is a divorce, certainly moving away from this relationship. That's showing me that you have to fight for it. So obviously he's got a different opinion and you have to stick to yours. So I'm seeing you do, oh, by the way, your kids absolutely adore you. You've got them. You've got them under your wings. So you are going to look after them. They're definitely coming there. Ooh, let me see. I feel that it's going to be happening at the end of the year and definitely next year, and you're going to go and do it as fast as possible. There is arguments coming from the other party, but you're definitely going to do what needs to be done. You know, Veronica, it's hard. It's really hard, and I feel you, but you can do this. You have to do this. He's not on the same length wave as you are. So he's made his choice and you have to do what's right for you. And after it's over, I actually see wonderful things for you, darling. Unfortunately, I have to wrap it up. Veronica, thank you so much for connecting with me. A big hug to you, and feel free to reconnect whenever you are able.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome, darling. Mwah. Okay, everyone, it was a pleasure. Thank you for allowing me to dedicate this time to you, and thank you for your interaction back. And I'm looking forward to do it again next week and see you all then. Big hug to everyone. Bye.
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
Ma.
In your new role, we help you help. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who once took care of you.
Well, good evening, everyone. It's Susan Kennedy here, broadcasting live today from the Gold Coast, Australia. Just had 2 weeks away, so I've been in the United Kingdom doing the things that I love to do. So yes, it was a holiday time, but also a bit of work time as well. So I thought I'd just have a little chat about that, because honestly, I really feel that sometimes our lives get so caught up with work and that we forget about keeping a balance in our own lives. So I'm really passionate about what I do, and I really love everything about what I do. But yeah, I had 2 weeks away, so really important to have that time in your life to find relaxation. And I know for myself, just being outside, just being able to go, walking. So I stayed in London, which is where I was born, and actually I arrived there the night before the terrible tragedy that happened, the big fire, which was just around the corner from where I was. But I actually spent some time with my brother. Haven't seen him for a long time, so we spent lots of time just travelling, just, walking, just enjoying the sights of London, really getting out there and allowing myself anyway to reconnect with him, to reconnect with myself, and to really have that relaxation time. And one of the things I really discovered when I was away is how important it is to have that time for relaxation, but also to do what really feeds your soul. So the second part of my trip was at the Arthur Findlay College of Mediumship in Stansted in London. And for me, that again is a time when I connect with people that I love, connect with those people in the spirit world as well. But it's all about doing something that really feeds your soul. So I'd invite you this week to think about what feeds your soul. Do you do the things that really give you joy? And the other thing, sometimes when we're busy, it's really hard to take time out for yourself. And at some level, you have to trust. You have to learn how to trust in the universe that there will still be time for you to have fun, to do the things that you love, and that you can still be a productive person in your work or in your home life. So I know that as human beings, we're all doing different things, but we often just really forget, to have that relaxation time, to do what feeds your soul, and to trust that when you do those things, you'll come back revived. Now, I only arrived home yesterday, So had a massive trip home. It's over 26 hours of travelling, and I, slept all day. So I'm back into doing what I love, and yeah, about to take now my first caller, who's Josie in Alberta, Canada. Josie, how can I help you this morning, or whatever time it is there for you?
Hello. It is.
Hello.
It's 8:35 here.
Yeah, PM, yeah. Okay, so nice to talk to you, and yeah, lovely to connect. And how can I help you there, Josie, today?
Employment.
Employment. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I know what I love
so let me
do, but...
Yeah, okay. All right. So, Josie, can I just get your date of birth, if that's okay?
December 18th, 73.
Oh, that's the same day as my son, except he was 78 at the same. So you're a week before Christmas, yeah, 18th of December. So it's 10, 20, 29, 30, 32, 32, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 3. So I'm just doing a bit of numerology. I just like to start with that. Just helps me get into the flow of things. Look, when I look at employment for you this year, I just feel that you're going to shortly get right on track with what you want. I feel that you're overwhelmed at the moment with a lot of either study or book work. Can you understand that when I say that?
No.
No, so no studying, no being really, or feeling that you don't know enough, because, I get a mental image in my mind, and I feel either I've been doing lots of study or I've had, sorry?
I'm also a psychic medium healer, so that's what I want to be doing, but I feel like it's being blocked or something. Like it's like I keep trying to promote myself to to help people.
Yeah.
But it just seems like it's not going.
Okay. So one of the things that I'm seeing, and I do see it again, it feels overwhelming. It feels like I'm overwhelmed with the things that I need to do in order to get myself out there. And I can really relate to this because I've done a lot of work myself in the last 2 years with marketing, with knowing how to get funnels in place and how to do the different things. So my feeling is that, you're on track, because sometimes it's hardest just when you're closest to where you need to get. So I feel like you're on track for where you need to be, and it's really just that thing of for you, one of the things I feel is you need to be doing more speaking. So I'm not sure. For myself, I started some meetup groups this year, which are, and I know that you have meetups in Canada. I think it's a worldwide thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the thing is with the spiritual stuff here is that you need to be in a group. So if you don't fit in the group, you just don't fit.
Yeah. So the thing that I'm seeing is it's more for you
to. Ego is affecting a lot of the people here.
Yeah, well, you're in a 4-year as well, and you know that 4 years are about doing the hard work. And the thing that I feel is, especially for you, is that you have to step into your leadership. You have to step into you creating the groups that you want to have, which is what I've done this year, is to say, okay, this is what I want to bring forward, and to trust in spirit that they're taking you to somewhere different. And I really feel that you are stepping into your power this year, that it's something that is forcing you to do something a little bit different. So a great saying I heard when I was away, and I'm going to share it with you, is that when one door closes, another door opens. But meanwhile, it's hell in the hallway. And at the moment, you're in the hallway. You're in that stage of transition. Because I feel like you're very good at what you do, that you have a great sense of, your mediumship it feels very good, so does your healing. But now it's that thing of, how do I reach the people that I want to reach? So my sense is with that, again, I see it. I see that I want to put a microphone in your hand, and I want to say you have to go out there and you have to reach people through groups, through talking about what you do and not being afraid of what you do. So let me just see a little bit with you, Josie. Let's see. It's almost as though I've got to cast my net wider as well. Now, do you have libraries there that you can speak in as well?
Oh, what, sorry?
Libraries, you know, a public library?
Oh, no, I've never thought of doing that.
Yeah,
or
because, you know, I think you need to check into some different alternatives, because it's as though you've got the knowledge, you've got the experience, but I really feel that your next thing is about taking some groups of people and just talking about what it is that a medium does, how it works, you know, especially around grief. I feel that you must be someone that wants to specialise or is very good with people dealing with grief. Would I be right?
Yeah, like I feel that I'm to help with like the process of crossing over, helping with the spirits and crossing them over, and with helping the people that are here in the physical. But also like definitely helping them, you know, like with past life issues as well, so that they can, you know, really step into their healing in this life.
Yeah.
Like there's
so
a lot
I feel
of,
that that's
like,
something.
so much.
Yeah, and that's something that's not really known about. So I feel that you've got a great gentleness about you, and I also feel you have a great connection with animals as well. So I feel that you know that your work is going to change, and you're in that transition. Now, there's another great thing that I learnt about recently called soul midwives, and they're in the United Kingdom. So if you Google soul midwives, they have training courses and lots of material about exactly what you want to do, which is helping people to transition, but also helping people that are here in the physical to come to terms with everything. So I feel that you're absolutely on track with what you're doing, but now it's your own energy of how can I have the confidence to do it, which areas can I look at. So I really do feel that, again, I keep wanting to put this microphone in your hand, that you need to get out and talk about this amongst the community.
It's kind of funny that you're talking about the microphone, because I think you're validating something that Spirit has been telling me. Like they can tell me that, you know, like I needed to rent someplace so that I can talk.
Yes.
So, you know, and that was what my next step was. But, you know, with that, it takes money, right? So in order to rent anything, or, you know, like I'm actually being evicted from my house if I don't do some renovations on it. Like that could be the overwhelming feeling that, you know, like that I need finances like ASAP, and I'm trying to manifest it, and I'm trying not to block myself, and like
Yeah. So I really feel one of the things I want to say to you is that you have the skills and you have the knowledge to know how. So it is that thing of unblocking yourself, and perhaps just sitting in the power of your spirit, you know, sitting with yourself so that you can really center yourself and let Spirit guide you. But you have to find that power within yourself to do the things that you know. And I really do feel that a new doorway is opening for you, and you're just in that transition period, and that, you know, as the year goes on, you're really going to be on target with what you're doing. So just trust, and it's also about making those decisions. You know, I have to make a decision where I go. I do feel when you were talking about going to rent somewhere that there would be 3 people. I keep seeing 3 around you, and I feel as though there are 3 people, so yourself and 2 others, that can come together to do the hard work to create something really wonderful. So I wish you well with it, but I do know that you're coming absolutely into what you're meant to be doing. And I just draw an angel card for you, and the angel card is divine timing. So it just says that, you know, you really are on track. Just trust, keep going with what you're doing, and start to get that microphone however you can. Get other opportunities to speak at other events. There are lots of events that are happening. Just look around, open your awareness, open your mind, and really find opportunities where you can find a bigger audience to speak to about what you want to do. Because I really feel that it's needed and it's great work. So I wish you well, and I hope that helps.
Can I have one little health issue?
Yeah.
Can you tell me why I'm so drained today? Like, I've got a headache and I'm, like, just completely drained.
Yeah, okay. So, again, the thing I feel there is one of the things I'm sensing is there's issues, how we're all to deal our own issues, and at some level there's such a need in you to do things right. I feel it comes from father's side in the family, and it's more just to look at your own feelings about where your life is at the moment, recognising your energy and really knowing how to be responsible for it. So I would invite you to send me a message through Facebook, because I'm going to do some work with some mediums in New Jersey just about managing energy, especially for us as mediums. So look, I'll leave that with you because I've got my next caller there, but I do feel that it's just to highlight to you where you're really stuck at the moment. So look, go within, sit with, ask to let go of anything that's not yours, and if anything, I just feel like you need to drink lots of water, be out walking, and just get your energy back to where it should be. And I feel it'll pass very quickly.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay. All right.
Okay, thank you
lots
so
of
much.
love.
Love, light, and many blessings to you.
You too. Thanks, Josie. Okay, so I have Adam in Monroe City, Missouri. Hello, Adam. How are you?
I'm doing okay for the most part.
That's good. How can I help you today?
I am curious about a question. Me and my youngest son's mom are in a very romantic relationship, and we are trying to have a child. And also, we want to be together, but I would like to know when and if we will ever have another child, and when we will be together officially.
Okay. So I missed the first part of the question. Did you say it was that you're in a relationship with someone?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so let me see. Where am I going to go with this? So Adam. I just have to, Adam, can I get your date of birth, please?
March 29 of 82.
Okay. And did you say this was your friend's mum? Did I hear that?
No, my youngest son's mom.
No. Your youngest son's mum. Okay. Because that's what threw me off track a little bit. That's okay. So it's 10, 20, 29, 30, 31, 32. Okay, so 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Well, you're in a 5-year, Adam, which is all about freedom, and it's all about moving barriers out of the way. So I know when I look at you, I feel like you're getting stronger. I feel like you're working a lot on your own personal fitness and your own health at the moment. Would I be right there?
Yes.
Yeah, and I feel that this is important, that you do what you need to do to keep your health, your fitness there. So I know that, as I say, it's a year where you're really wanting to have that other child. So I want to see the energy. What's your partner's name? What's the name of your...
Melinda.
Melinda, okay. That's an unusual name. So let's just see. When I see you two together, I'm just trying to tune into the energy of the child around. Oh, sometimes the psychic works hard, you know, Adam. It's a bit like what you're going through at the moment. You know, you're looking for answers, you're looking for things, and meanwhile what you have to do is keep on doing what you're doing. So my feeling is that you are, you know, I didn't understand the question about when will we be together officially, because my feeling is you're together. I get this real heart connection with you both. So what did you mean by when will you be together officially?
Currently, we are under the different roofs. I live 2 minutes away from her, and officially be together, like as in a couple, instead of being separated.
Okay. So let's just have to see, because I have to see what's blocking that. I mean, if you're living 2 minutes away from each other, then let's see. So my feeling is there's a commitment. You know, I feel like you've already either made the commitment or asked for the commitment. Would I be right?
Yes, we have.
Yeah. So my feeling is around September, things are really going to change for you both. You know, so I feel that at that time, which is only a few months away, that there's, you know, the feeling is that there'll be a moving in together at that time. So it's, I know that you've asked for the commitment, and yeah, so is Miranda wanting to be in the relationship with you?
Yes, she is.
Yeah, because I sense all that. So I know that there's a lot of things going on in the background. It feels like there's lots of different things that are about to fall into place for you. So again, you know, it's that thing of Melinda. Yeah,
I'm going through an issue with my ex-wife's family. I'm going under a review in October, and that's kind of the deciding factor on if I go to jail or prison and stuff like that. So it's kind of one of those, that's the thing that's kind of holding over my head right now.
Okay. So the thing is, the image I got before, and that information makes sense, is that you have to just keep doing all the things to keep yourself fit, healthy, feeling good, on that straight and narrow. And I know that you've made this commitment to her, but my feeling is that I don't feel that going back to jail or anything. I feel a lot of things going on in the background, so that by the time September comes, you have a much clearer understanding of where you're at. But it's to stay focused on what you want, you know, the things that you want to do. So you have to keep looking at your physical health, about doing what you need to do. And I also feel like you need to take more risks, because I feel there are times when you might feel very down, and it's really about overcoming that so that you get yourself in the best possible place you can be. And I feel that once September, October comes and you get that all clear, then, you know, the energy between you and the child, but I'm not feeling the child till next year. So I really do sense between now and then, it's about you, you know, and are you working? Do I see you working as well?
I'm currently not working as of right now. I'm on SSI right now.
Okay, so I don't understand what that is. Is that like a disability or something?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, Social Security. Okay, because my feeling is that there is work coming for you as well. So it's to keep going with things, you know, it's to keep looking at your physical health and doing as much as you can, because you are a fighter, is what I see. You're someone that, you know, is here to learn how to overcome these things. So it feels as though that you've got a solid commitment with Melinda, and I also feel there's someone else coming in as well. And it's interesting because with the last reading I got an energy of 3. So I feel like there's a lot of help around for you, and it's about taking that help, you know, about really doing what you can do, what you need to do to get things moving for you. So Adam, when I look at, I'm just going to look at your, because as I said to you, you know, you're in this 5-year, which is this year of freedom. So it's really about, you know, making sure things don't close in on you. Because my feeling is that when you're alone, you could go down very quickly. Would you understand that?
Yes, I do. The old saying goes, we are our greatest enemy.
Yeah, yeah. But everything I'm seeing says there's a lot of healing around you, a lot of creativity. it's really about going within now and saying, okay, you know, I feel that you're very committed to your partner and to your child. So it's really saying, okay, I have to make sure I stay away from that sort of energy that pulls me down, and I have to move into the energy that helps me stay on track. And for you, it feels very physical. I feel like I have to be doing a lot of physical work to keep me on track. And I feel like you must be doing either some bodybuilding or some work at the gym or working with some weights. All of those things are the things that will help you to really, as I said, stay on track. So I know that I feel like there's a lot of community work. Do you have to do community service as well?
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, I feel like you're going to get a lot more involved in the community. So whatever happens, you know, this is about you feeling like you fit in. So more and more, as you're out, as you're, you know, in your everyday life, it's to open yourself up to people, because we all make mistakes, you know, and I feel like you've paid for your mistakes, and I feel like when you go back for that review that it's going to be a very positive outcome for you. So you have to keep that goal in mind. You have to keep yourself in, you know, in the best possible physical condition you can, and you have to do the things that you need to do. And I keep saying I feel like I need to apply for some work, or there's, you know, some work there for you that's coming very soon. So I'm going to wish you very much a lot of luck with that. And yeah, I know you're a man, but I'm still going to draw you an angel card. And it's interesting, the card that I get for you is surrender and release. So what I feel with that is it's just really about letting go. A lot of emotions still to let go of. You know, sometimes you can tie yourself up in what happened. And I really feel it's time for you to forgive yourself, to let go, and to really open up. There is a strong sense with you that you have a lot of insight. So I'm really going to invite you to look online, if you can, for some meditations and things that will really help you access that inner part of yourself. I hope that helps, Adam.
It does. And kind of another thing that kind of happened that's a negative and has kind of brought me and my youngest son's moms closer together is we did end up losing a child last month, and she was 2 months pregnant. So it's one of those, I can feel that, I can feel the spirit from our child around us, and that's kind of why I've been getting down and stuff like that, because even though it's bringing us closer together, I'm still sitting at home by myself, you know, thinking it's my fault, you know, hey, what could I have done different?
Yeah. The thing is, I will say to you, I don't believe there's anything you could have done differently. But what I will say now is more and more tune into yourself. Allow yourself some freedom to let go. Because if you hold on to guilt, you're only going to bring that into your relationship. So, look, I know that things are going to be okay for you. And I just wish you the very, very best with it all. And I'll leave you with that now, Adam. So, good luck, and know that you have the power within yourself to really create a fantastic life. So I'm wishing you all the very best with that.
All right, thank you.
That's okay, thank you. So wow, an interesting week this week, where we see a lot of things about self-doubt and a lot of things about how can we create the lives we want. So one thing I'll leave you all with is, look, you know, go within, find those answers, and spend some time just building up your own spirit, that own sense of yourself within, so that you can find the answers and trust that the universe is benign. It is there to help you. But first, what you have to do is learn how just to relax, let go, and let spirit help you on this journey of life. So I wish you well, and look forward to living and loving life next week as we do some more readings next week here on A1R Psychic Radio.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
Are your children in the right car seat for their age and size? Is the seat supposed to be forward-facing or rear-facing? Did they move to a booster seat too soon? It may be too late to check when you're on the road. Fortunately, you're on the couch. Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Don't think you know. Know you know.
We'd do anything for kids. Yet 1 in 6 children in the U.S. struggle with hunger. Help end childhood hunger near you. Learn how at feedingamerica.org.
Hi, I'm Kathy, and thanks for watching Moonstruck. And now, back to A1R on the air, Psychic Talk Radio, now on Moonstruck TV, enlightening television.
Hello and welcome to Messages from Above with Tony G. I am a psychic channel, medium, clairvoyant, clairaudient, empath, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so here's what's really important to you. Go ahead, pick up that phone, dial that number, get on the phone and get a reading. Yes. Do you have questions about your life, where you're going, what's going on? Do you want to know what's coming next? Do you want to know, is this the right person or not? What do you want to know? Or do you want to connect with a loved one on the other side? Go ahead and call in now, and let's get your reading started. While I'm waiting for the first caller, I did the first draft of editing last night for my next book, which I would love to tell you the name of, but I just keep changing the name of it. I don't know what it's going to be called. Messages from something. Angels above. I don't know. Anyway, it's going to be a great book. The person who was editing it was putting little comments and notes on every page that was edited and like just little smiley faces and saying how much they love the book. So I'm super excited about that. We're coming up on the 4th of July weekend. Yes, we are. Happy Independence Day. Now, if you are not on my email list, this is a great time to get on my email list. Because for the 4th of July weekend, anybody that's on my email list will get a free distant healing. I do it the night of the 4th, later in the evening. And so anybody at all that's on that email list will get that free distant healing. So this is the time to go to my website, tonig.info, and get on my email list. While you're there at the website, go ahead and look at the television shows I host and the other work I do, hypnosis and healing. It's all very fascinating. Sometimes I still don't believe I do it. I'm so excited about it. It's simply amazing, I must say. Simply amazing. So over the next couple of weeks, you're going to be finding there are many changes coming in the universe. Most of these changes will be good. I have said since last year, a lot of things are being uncovered right now. A lot of truths are coming out, and lo and behold, they are. Pay attention to what's going on around you. Most of these messages were like for political, religious, blah, blah, blah stuff, the bigger organizational type of things. Over the next couple of weeks and then over the next 6 months, we're going to see a lot of truths coming out, especially about the banking institutions. Big smile. Yay! We're going to see a lot more truths coming about some things from, I don't like to get into political talk, but political stuff from the past. And yes, I'm sorry to say it, but more truths, even than what's been coming out this week so far, about some of the religious stuff. Over the next 2 weeks, it's going to be very telling. And if your eyes and ears are open, you will catch what we are talking about. However, you don't have to. Maybe it's not your time to be told the truth yet. That's okay too. So I'm so excited. Let's get to our first caller. And our first caller is, you know what? I'm going to do this. Tammy in Montreal. Hi, Tammy. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for calling in today. I'm really happy I get to talk with you.
Thank you. Me too.
So, do you have a question that you would like to ask?
Well, right now I'm a couple weeks pregnant, and
congratulations.
Thank you. My biggest concern right now, believe it or not, is if I'm going to carry to term, and if the baby will be healthy.
Okay, so so the first thing I hear is yes, you are going to carry to term. Now so that's the first thing I hear. Now, I know you're a couple of weeks. One of the things that I'm seeing the baby a little bit more developed and very long and thin. Not too thin, but not, just seemingly a longer baby. So that is good. And
that's exciting right there.
Yeah, I mean that's and this he's I don't know that it's going to be a he. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. But the baby's going to be quite the kicker. You're going to have a lot of while the baby is inside of you, there's going to be a lot of kicking and movement.
You know what?
Just be
that's
prepared
okay.
because
I love that.
Yeah. Follow the precautions that the doctor gives. Don't be too overwhelmed with everything, just follow the precautions and make sure you're doing everything you're supposed to do and not doing any of the things you're not supposed to do. And I see everything going pretty well for you as the months go on.
Perfect.
So now, the funny thing is I'm asking, like, is the baby going to be a little early? And I don't even feel like according to what I'm getting, I feel like the baby will be right on time. Well, they're always right on time, right? There's no mistake in that. But it will be
more or less they come when they want to come.
Exactly, and they come exactly when they're supposed to come. We just aren't aware of that. So yes, that's very true too. Yes. So I see everything working out well, given the fact that you stay within your parameters and you follow all of your instructions. You should be just fine, okay?
Perfect. It's just because I'm older, so like I'm 37, so this is my fourth child.
Do you know
so
what? Don't worry.
My youngest is 10 years old, so I'm a little concerned about the health.
Yeah, I know that they give all those warnings, but think about it. I feel like everything is going to be okay. Okay?
Awesome.
I feel like it's all going to be okay, and everything is going to work out just fine. I don't feel like there's a real heavy caution here. Just follow the instructions of the doctor. Don't think of yourself as old. Just think of this is meant to be, and we're moving forward with it. That's it. Okay?
Excellent.
This one is going to give you a run for your money, though. I just need to tell you, the term hit the ground running is coming. And if you think this is why having babies is younger women work, let me tell you something, because this one is going to give you a run for your money, and you are going to find yourself very feeling like, oh my gosh, this is exhausting, especially when those toddler years come in. So just get ready for that. But it'll be refreshing and rejuvenating, and it will make you have very fond memories of all the other ones too. So it's a good thing. It's a very, very good thing, okay?
Well, that's okay because the father's younger, so.
That's the way to go. I'm just saying.
No, that's awesome. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome. Remember to follow those parameters. Don't put too much stress on yourself or on your body especially. And, go be joyful for the gift that you are given. Be very joyful in that.
I am blessed, definitely.
Excellent. Did you have another question that I could answer for you?
Well, there's thousands and thousands of questions, but probably if I had to ask a question, it would be more financial, like things aren't rough, but things can always be better. Now, do you see that? Do you see things getting even better with the future?
What I hear is that your finances are good. They're not saying your finances are excellent or great. They're saying they're good, they're steady. And what they're saying is I want to get this word right, if you acclimate yourself, or if you pretend that you're making a little less if you pretend like you're bringing in a little less, you'll have more saved, but you're doing really good, and they're saying, everything is good and steady, but you could be putting more away. That's the simplest way to say it. You could be putting more away for that rainy day, but there's a little bit of spending going on. There's a little bit of, we need, we want, we need. And especially with this new baby, Don't go overboard. Remember, the first 3 years, everything is like a 2-month use, right?
Yeah, I know that one.
If you don't get it at the baby shower, get it at, Once Upon a Child or something like that, because they're just saying be a little bit more frugal, put a little bit more away for a rainy day, and you guys will be doing better than you've been doing, okay?
Excellent. No, that's understood.
Thank you so much for calling in this evening. I hope you have an absolutely amazing rest of the week. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome. You are welcome. This is Messages from Above with Tony Green. We are going to go directly to our next caller. Watch like a magician. The magic eyes go on. Jennifer in Chicago. Jennifer, how are you this evening?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Hey, Jennifer, I'm from Milwaukee, so we're not that far apart.
Oh, yeah, not at all. Not at all.
No, not at all. So how can I help you this evening, sweetie?
I just wanted like a general reading or, like if anything, in my future, a relationship. And my mom recently just passed away, who is like my best friend. So, just like anything.
So I think your mom, as soon as you said that, I see a woman popped in. She had dark hair. I don't know if she colored her hair till the end, but at one point, this woman's hair was very dark. She was more petite. She's saying more petite. Her face had gotten sunken in in the end. She had lost weight. Does this sound like your mother? And Jennifer, she's saying, thank you. Hold on, she's saying so much so fast she doesn't understand. It's a vibration. I'm not hearing every word, so I'm just like, okay, calm down. She's so happy. She's coming through. So she's looking at me now and she's saying, tell her, and then all this stuff comes out, and I'm just going to calm the energy a minute. Okay.
Okay.
I miss her, but she's with you, but she's missing those conversations. She's missing those talks. She's missing those things you did together, even though she's always with you and she's still around you. And thank you so much. She's talking about the service, and oh my goodness, the service was big, grandiose. It was so much more than she expected. And then she's going right away to, she's showing me so many things at once. She is a very excited person, very happy.
Yes.
She is. I don't think she realizes how fast she's talking and how I don't think she understands I'm not getting everything, but she's showing me the service. She's showing me her service, and she's showing me, oh, so beautiful and so nice. And
yeah, her service was way more than I expected. It was awesome.
She is saying that, and she's almost saying, all that money for, and I hope she has such a sense of humor, so I hope you're not offended by what's about to come.
Not at all. That's perfect.
All of that for a dead person. And I'm like, I'm cracking up because I know what and then she's saying, she's just elaborating on how much it was, how grandiose it was, and she's in a place where she's very disconnected from what happened too. So she can, if she had a good sense of humor here, she's going to have an incredible sense of humor there. And she's laughing and hitting her leg, and she is saying, she made sure that I did that. She made sure she's like laughing, and she's hitting her leg, and just like, oh, what a hoot, and just so filled with joy and so filled with happiness. She is saying it's very it's very like climactic. It's very climactic. Everything is so climactic. I hope I'm getting that word correctly. And then she's showing me, oh, you guys just did so much together. She's like doing a very, very fast slideshow of all the things that you did together. And like all these pictures so quickly, I can't see them all. I just see arms around each other in a couple of them. And then she is also saying I love you. I love you. Oh, thank you. I love you. I love you. Thank you. You are such a good, and I'm not doing this word justice. I'm getting it the best I can. Just what an amazing trip we had. What an amazing journey together. Oh, yeah. It was just so good. It was just so good. I couldn't have asked for anything else. I'm going to cry. Oh. It was okay when I cried.
Yeah, we were like best friends.
Yeah, she is just so happy for everything that you experienced together and the journey that the two of you had together. And she is saying that she's saying, I would do it all again. I would do it all again tomorrow. So she is very, very pleased with the outcome of everything, right down to the very last minute. She says, right down to the very last minute. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you.
Oh, yeah, I miss her dearly. I just lost her recently, so, and we lived together, so it's been very, very hard on me. And I just recently had a dream about her, and it felt so real. I mean, like, so vivid. And I woke up, and it just, like, I can't stop thinking about it. It was like I seen her again,
Yes. She is letting you know there will be a couple of more dreams over the next couple of months. And then she is also saying, did she meet you in the field in this dream? Were you in the field?
No, we were actually in her bedroom. I mean, it was so long, and, like, there were certain parts that I remember so well. So, I mean, I feel like there's a lot of stuff that kind of, like, it hits my head, but it's kind of like I can't put it on the dot,
Okay. In a bit, not right away, like in about a month or so, you're going to have a dream, and it's going to be in the field. The field is a very, very special place. Oh my gosh, it's such an amazing place when you meet them in the field. You don't have to, I can't even explain it, but for anybody who has had a dream and you met in the field, it's kind of life-changing. It's kind of a big deal. So when this comes, and it's coming, you're going to have it, and they try to make sure you remember it. Be prepared for that, because it's such a great, amazing place to meet your loved ones. It's almost like being on the other side. It's so cool. It's just so cool. So just so you know, that's coming. And she also wants you to know, not only are you going to have dreams, you're going to start having day visions of her. So she's saying right now, you keep smelling her or sensing her, smelling her, like, or sensing her. And every once in a while, you think you hear her voice.
I did one time. I did in the kitchen, like out of nowhere. I heard her voice, and it was almost so natural. I almost was like, yeah, Mom. Like, it was so natural. Like, it was just so real. And then I'm like, oh my God, am I going crazy? But I wasn't. I know I wasn't.
No, that's her. She's there, and she is going to keep communicating with you, and she's going to show you more of herself, because you can handle it. You can handle it. And she wants you to start communicating with her with pen and paper. Now, she's saying, I'm not pushy, but I'm going to take over. So get a pen and a paper and just ask questions. What's it like there? And just start to write, it is, and let her take over. You are going to get amazing information from her, okay?
Okay.
So can you please promise her, she's like being very adamant about this, saying, don't snuff this off, don't mess around. Get that pen and paper and get a big stack of paper or a big notebook and just start asking her questions about, like, what is it like there? What do you do? How are you? What was your transition? By the way, she's showing me an elderly man transitioned her, took her home, took her through the tunnel, and as well as a couple of angels. And one of the first faces that she saw was the face of Jesus. And then she was very, like, almost like in shock, but like, okay, let's go. Like, I did it, let's go. But she really wants you to start writing these things down. She's going to help you in the writing, but then you're going to start to hear more and more. You're going to hear her. And as you hear her more and more, she wants you to make sure you're writing. And if you don't have a pen and paper, if you're in the car, because she sits in your passenger seat a lot. She's always in your passenger seat. She is still there every time. So have like your phone, your voice memo thing on your phone. You can push that voice memo thing or voice activated recorder, and you can say whatever it is you're hearing or sensing at the time, because she's going to be giving you a lot of messages, okay? And if you ever wanted to take all of the messages that she's going to help you write and going to give to you, speak to you, a great name for a book, she's telling me, is Messages from Mom. So
Messages from Mom?
Yep, messages she's giving you, and she's going to give you a lot about the other side. And you want to put it into a book, Messages from Mom. She approves of that title. She really approves of that title. She's the one who gave it to me. And she's saying she would be happy if you could share the information with everybody who is open to getting this information. She's saying there's so much misinformation. We haven't gotten it right yet. We need to get it right. We need to get it out there. So just get ready and let's go. The journey's not done yet, she's saying. It's not quite done yet, so let's do this. And she's very excited about the knowing that you two are going to communicate together. She's very excited about knowing that you two are going to communicate together again. And then she makes the joke. She's saying, you didn't think you could shut me up, did ya? So she's very, very funny, very funny. So yes. And of course, and then she is again saying, I just love you. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. And that service was really something. So she's just very grateful for all that you have done for her and the journey that the two of you were on together. And she is also saying that she is happy it's not done, and she can't wait to talk without a mediator. And she says to me, no offense, and I said, none taken. But she's really excited to have that time with you, okay, sweetie?
Okay, that's awesome.
I want to thank you so much for calling in this evening. This is my favorite thing in the world, when I can help people connect and get that message and know you're supposed to possibly write a book with everything she's going to give you. Thank you. Thank you so much for calling in this evening. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Absolutely my honor and my pleasure. And you are welcome.
Night.
Night. You've been listening to Messages from Above with Tony G. If you'd like more information on moi, you can go to my website, TONIG.info. You can connect with me on YouTube. I love YouTube. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and I'm sure there's something, Twitter, but I'm not a Twitterer. I'm not good at tweeting. That's it. I'm not very good at tweeting. I'm just not, like that. My first 4 books are on my website, along with episodes of my television shows and all of my past Ask One Radio episodes. 3 years worth. Yay! See, I can keep a commitment. 3 years. I hope you have an absolutely amazing week, a happy and safe 4th of July, and I look forward to giving you your messages from above next Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. Central, 10:30 Eastern. Have a great night. Thanks, Dave, for a great show. Bye-bye.
I'm Anne. I'm a scientist.
Recycling takes a team.
Why don't you let me and me help you out?
Everyone plays a part. Don't trash
I love taking stuff apart and building new things out of it.
what could be treasure.
Pal's my most advanced android. This is awesome. You haven't seen anything yet.
Give your cardboard box another life. Recycle.
Get caught buzzed driving, and you could do some hard time.
Craig, knock it off.
Sorry, Mom. It could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. And that could set you back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.